ます。インドでは遠隔医療が急速に成長しており、世界レベルの医療機関や専門家が多く、メディカルツーリズムで訪問される外国人の方も増加しております。インドのメディカルツーリズム市場は年平均 18% で拡張しており、2020年には90億ドル規模に到達すると期待されています。インドは人口の中間年齢が28歳と若年層が厚い国です。強力な医療教育制度も整備されております。世界人口の高齢化が進む中、ますます需要の高まる医療人材の継続供給が可能です。本日のウェビナーでもご確認いただけますが、インドの投資環境は劇的な改善を遂げております。インド政府は特に日系医療機器メーカーに進出していただき、インド国内で医療機器計算を行っていただきたいと考えております。ぜひ本日のウェビナーでインド市場の現状をご確認いただき、単位投資の可能性を前向きにご検討いただきたく存じます。本日のウェビナーが新しいパートナーシップの始まりとなることを願っております。ご清聴ありがとうございました。以上です。
続きまして、日本薬業貿易協会会長、藤川一郎様より、COVID-19 後の医薬品業界の挑戦及び商機とサプライチェーンの影響についてご講演いただきます。藤川様、よろしくお願いいたします。
日本薬業貿易協会の藤川です。日本薬業貿易協会は、原薬や中間体や添加剤の輸入商社の集まりで、多くの会員がインド企業と輸入取引をしています。今日は原薬の輸入商社の立場でお話をさせていただきます。本日のタイトルについて私の考えるキーワードは原薬の安定供給です。日本はジェネリック医薬品と長期収載医薬品の原薬の 60% 以上を海外から輸入しています。そのうち製造所の数ではインドはジェネリック医薬品の約2割、長期収載品でも約 7% を占めています。品目ベースではインドはジェネリック医薬品の約 12%、長期収載品でも 6% を占めています。国別で一番多いのが中国です。韓国やヨーロッパもそれなりにシェアですが、これらの国は原薬を作る際に中間体や出発物質をインドや中国から買ってくるケースも多いはずです。インドの原薬メーカーや中間体メーカーも、中間体や出発物質の多くを中国から輸入しているのではないでしょうか。いずれにせよ、中国のサプライチェーンの大部分を握られています。今、日本の医薬業界では、品質が良く価格競争力があるのは当たり前で、原薬の安定供給が最も注目されています。原薬の欠品が原因で製剤の出荷調整や出荷停止が起きているからです。医薬品を含めて、日本にとっての必需品のサプライチェーンが海外の特定の国に依存しているのは危険だということは以前から言われてきました。しかし、医薬品、特に原薬の場合、上流工程がどうしても中国の独占上であり、対応が取れないました。しかし、COVID-19 により早急に対応を取らなければいけないという機運が高まっており、安定供給のためにサプライチェーンを見直すことが行われています。ここにインド企業のチャンスがあると考えられます。インドの原薬産業において COVID-19 で問題になっているのは主に2点です。1点目は物流、つまり工場から空港までのインドの国内輸送と空港からの航空輸出です。今まさにインドでは国内外の輸送が制限されているため、インド産の原薬はなかなか日本に届きません。2点目は、インドの原薬メーカーが中国から出発物質や中間体を入手できず、原薬を生産できない、あるいはインドの中間体をヨーロッパ等の原薬メーカーに売れず、原薬の製造が各国でこれから止まる可能性があるということです。全世界的に輸出入が制限されているため、国をまたいだサプライチェーンに問題が出てきているのです。インドは出発物質を中国から買って中間体を作り、ヨーロッパに輸出する、あるいは中国から中間体を買って原薬を作るというビジネスが多いと思います。出発物質から原薬まで 国をまたがないインド国内で完結するサプライチェーンができれば、原薬供給地としてのインドの地位は間違いなく上がります。つまり、国内メーカーにインセンティブ付与というインド政府の政策は党を得ていると思いますし、成果を大いに期待しています。もちろん時間が必要だと思いますので、まずは個々の企業が安定供給の観点からバリューチェーンを見直すことをお勧めします。また、これは個々の企業のバリューチェーンの問題ではなく、政府の施策になってしまいますが、日本への輸出について、例えば原薬を優先して通関、輸送を保証してもらえるような物流まで踏み込んだシステムを作っていただければ、COVID-19 のようなロックダウン状況でも滞りなく原薬をインドから買えるということで、買う方にとって大きな安心感になります。日本が海外サプライヤーと取引で困るのは、サプライヤーの力が強くなったときに値上げしたり、不採算品の供給を止めたりするということです。信頼関係が崩れてしまいます。原薬供給地としての発展を目指すのであれば、企業としてだけでなく、国としての何があっても原薬の供給を続けるという方針が必要です。そうしないとカントリーリスクがあるというふうに判断されてしまいます。最後に、これから日本に輸出を始める方にアドバイスをします。日本に原薬を販売するには、日本のレギュレーションに対応しなければなりません。日本は ICH と PICS に参加しているため、原薬の製造方法の審査、それから GMP の確認は世界標準です。その上で、さらに品質に対する最終ユーザー、つまりドクターや患者さんからさらに厳しい要求があります。例としては、不純物の購入に対してさらに厳しい規格を求められたり、異物の混入は絶対認められず、製剤の色や匂いといった点もチェックされます。言い換えれば、日本に採用されているという実績があることは宣伝にもなります。また、日本のレギュレーションはよく日本特有のものがあると言われたりしますが、例えば、日本のマスターファイル登録においては日本語で申請しなければならない。マスターファイルの国内管理人を置かなければならない。外国製造業者認定の登録が必要であるということがあります。日本での展開を薬事的にサポートするパートナーを見つけることは重要だと思います。皆さんのビジネスを成功をお祈り申し上げます。ご清聴ありがとうございました。
Now I'm starting the summary of the presentation by Mr. Fujikawa, Chairman, Japan Pharmaceutical Traders Association. The association is a group of trading companies that import APIs, intermediates, additives, and other materials. Mr. Fujikawa gave his presentation based on the standpoint as an importer of APIs with a focus on the keyword supply a stable supply of API. Japan imports over 60% of its APIs for generic and long-lasting medicines. Mr. Fujikawa intimated the audience about the global distribution of manufacturing sites for APIs and generics. While explaining that India and China are major suppliers of intermediates and starting materials, he stressed that China holds a majority of the supply chain. In the Japanese pharmaceutical industry, quality and price competitiveness are commonplace today, and its focus is on how to maintain the stable supply of APIs. The industry has been concerned with their heavy reliance on China as a sole supplier of intermediate and starting materials. However, the recent outbreak of COVID-19 brought about an urgent need to diversify their procurement source. Mr. Fujikawa believes this is where Indian companies would have a chance. Mr. Fujikawa pointed out some major issues which emerged recently. One of the major issues is that the trade restrictions put in place by various countries around the world. They are disturbing the trade of materials necessary for API production. There are several bottlenecks in the global supply chain of starting materials or intermediates. Mr. Fujikawa warns that there is a possibility in the future that some pharmaceutical companies in the world will have no choice but to suspend their API production due to the lack of necessary materials. Mr. Fujikawa said if India develops an ecosystem and supply chain which enable the country to emerge as an alternate source of intermediate and starting materials, he would welcome it. In this regard, he said he highly regards the efforts by government of India in supporting domestic manufacturers. He suggested not only the industries, but the government should discuss about creating a resilient supply chain between the two countries, which could remain functioning under the time of a crisis like COVID-19 pandemic. He gave some advices to Indian API manufacturers who are considering entering Japanese market. He said both Japanese regulators and customers can be very tough, but as they are one of the toughest in the world, a success in Japanese market can be a form of advertisement to the global market. He also suggested Indian API makers to find a good partner in Japan because Japanese regulations are very unique to Japan that one needs someone to guide. At the end, he wished all the participants to be successful in their respective businesses. Thank you.
続きまして、日本医療機器産業連合会専務理事、石井信義様より COVID-19 後の医療機器業界の挑戦及び商機とサプライチェーンの影響についてご講演いただきます。石井様、よろしくお願いいたします。
ただいまご紹介をいただきました日本医療機器産業連合会通称医機連の専務理事をしております石井でございます。よろしくお願いをいたします。本日はこのような機会をいただきましたことにつきまして、改めて駐日インド大使館に御礼を申し上げます。感謝申し上げます。ありがとうございます。それでは資料を映しますので、少々お待ちください。お待たせいたしました。本日私からは、ポスト COVID-19 新型コロナウイルス感染症パンデミック後の、世界における医療機器産業にとってのチャレンジと機会につきましてお話をさせていただきます。あ、そうですか。古いやつだよ。昨日の。大変失礼しました。画面大丈夫でしょうか。
大丈夫でございます。
はい、ありがとうございます。それでは本日は今画面に映っておりますように、ポスト COVID-19 新型コロナウイルス感染症パンデミック後の世界における医療産業にとってのチャレンジと機会につきましてお話をさせていただきます。よろしくお願いします。
すみません、恐れ入ります。スライドショーモードにできますでしょうか。
画面大丈夫でしょうか。
はい、ありがとうございます。
たびたび申し訳ありません。まず本日のアジェンダでございますが、冒頭に私ども医療機器産業連合会通称医機連のご紹介を簡単に申し上げた後、日本の医療機器市場、これらを簡単にお話し申し上げた後、COVID-19 が明らかにした課題でありますとか、ポスト COVID-19 におけるチャレンジと機会と、こういう順番でお話を申し上げたいと思います。私ども医機連、大きく4つのビジョンを掲げて、いろんな活動を進めておるところでございます。医療機器産業のプレゼンス向上、それから最新医療技術の医療従事者、また患者様への迅速な提供、それから医療機器のさらなる安全性の確保、そして4つ目といたしまして、新しい医療機器技術の開発促進による国際競争力の強化、大きくこういう4つのビジョンを掲げまして、重点施策といたしましては、行政への政策提言力、これを強化していこうと、また医療機器の認知度を向上させていこうと、そして国際化を進めると、大きくこういう3つの重点施策を進めておるということでございます。 で、こういうビジョン、また重点施策に取り込んでおる連合会でございますが、資料にございますように、21の団体から構成される連合会でございます。この資料3枚にわたりまして、21の会員団体、簡単にご紹介しておりますので、後ほどご覧いただきたいと思いますが、特徴を申し上げれば非常に多岐にわたっております。それは言い換えれば、医療機器が皆様ご存知の通り、多岐にわたっておると、非常に幅の広いものであるということから、こういう構成になっておるというふうに理解しておりまして、例えば画像医療システムや、医療用縫合紙など製品、技術を軸とした団体、それから眼科や歯科など診療科に特化した団体、また在宅医療や理学療法など医療サービスに対応した団体、そしてさらには医療機器販売といった事業形態に応じた団体と、こういうカテゴライズしましても大きく4つのカテゴライズが可能かなと、こういうふうに考えておりますが、こういう幅広い多岐にわたる団体で構成されておりまして、それぞれの団体には各企業が加盟してくださっておりますが、その数およそ大体4300に上る、こういう組織でございます。それから日本の医療機器の市場規模でございます。日本における医療機器の市場規模、2018年のデータで 2.9 兆円、また現在の為替レートでは約270億ドルという状況でございます。日本からの輸出は約6700億円であるのに対し、輸入の方は約1兆6000億円と、こういう状況が現状でございます。全体として申し上げれば、日本の市場規模、成長をしておりまして、特徴としましては、輸入が増えていると、こういう傾向にございます。それから、医療機器のカテゴリーと市場規模と、こういう切り口で整理したのがこの表でございます。カテゴリーといたしましては、診断系、治療系、その他と大きく3分類いたしました。でそれぞれ3分類ごとの市場規模と CAGR が、表の中でご覧いただく通りでございます。一番上の診断系の CAGR をご覧いただきますと、医療機器横ばいと言えると思っております。それから、真ん中の欄の治療系のハイエンドの医療機器、また一番下のその他、こちらには衛生用品等が入っておりますが、こういったところ、この真ん中と一番下については、成長しておるというふうにご覧いただけると思います。それから、医療機器分類別の動向ということで、この図は、医療機器の市場規模と国産品の占める割合、それをそれぞれの医療機器の分類ごとにお示しした図になっております。縦軸が国産品の比率、それから横軸が CAGR となっておりまして、赤い枠で囲っておるところといいますのは、市場規模、成長している中にはありますけれども、国産品の比率という縦軸で見た場合には、比較的国産品比率が低い医療機器と言えると思っております。で、今般の新型コロナ感染症によりまして、衛生材料、衛生用品、マスク、医療用手袋、消毒剤などなど、大きく不足したわけでございますけれども、その一つの大きな要因がこのグラフからも読み取れるというふうに考えております。そして、COVID-19 が明らかにした課題ということでございますが、まず今回の新型コロナウイルスの感染拡大によりまして、私ども医療機器産業の重要性、そしてその価値の高さといったものが改めて浮き彫りにされたというふうに認識をしております。世界的に物流機能が混乱する中、医療を止めないという安定供給に対する使命感、そしてまた医療現場や国民の皆様から受ける大きな期待感、こうした使命感、期待感を背負いまして、医療機器産業の多くの関係者の皆様が日々奮闘してくださっているというのが現状だと考えております。 ただ一方で皆さんご存知のように国際的には自国優先の言動というのが見られるわけですので、そういう中、新型コロナ禍後のグローバルサプライチェーンをどう見直していくのかということが我々にとって大きな課題であると認識をしております。ポスト COVID-19 において、インド政府による事業を得たインセンティブに加えまして、本日のウェブセミナーにおける日印両国関係者での情報交換が大変貴重な機会となります。こうした機会を契機として、両国の行政、そして産業界、これらのさらなる交流を通じまして、世界的な医療機器の安定供給、さらには必要な医療機器の供給の増加に向けて、さまざまな取り組みが今後ますます加速されることを望んでおる次第であります。ご清聴ありがとうございました。
Now, I'd like to start the summary of this presentation by Mr. Nobuyoshi Ishii, Executive Director, Japan Federation of Medical Device Associations. The Japan Federation of Medical Devices Association, or JFMDA, is a federation consisting of 21 medical device associations. Under the vision of increasing the presence of the Japanese medical device industry, promptly providing the latest medical technology to healthcare professionals and patients, securing the safety of medical devices further, and strengthening the international competitiveness by promoting the development of new medical devices and technologies, JFMDA undertakes an enforcement of its ability for policy proposal for government, an enhancement of awareness of medical devices, and promotion of internationalization. The members of JFMDA cover a broad range of medical industries, and there are diverse 21 medical devices associations focusing on different products and technologies. Approximately 4,300 companies have membership with one of those 21 associations. The size of the Japanese medical device market was 12.9 trillion yen in 2018, which is about 27 billion US dollars under the current exchange rate. Exports from Japan are about 670 billion yen, while imports are 1.6 trillion yen. Overall, the Japanese market is growing and imports are increasing. By category of medical products, diagnostic products are flat to down slightly, while high-end medical products in the therapeutic and sanitary products are growing. From the viewpoint of the market size of each medical device and the promotion of domestic products, the ratio of domestic products was low for sanitary materials and supplies within the government growing market, which caused the large shortage of masks, medical gloves, disinfectants, etc. In the recent outbreak of COVID-19. The COVID-19 pandemic has confirmed the importance of a high value of the medical device industry, as logistical functions are perturbed worldwide. The sales of mission for stable supply, which is said to never stop medical treatment, and the increasing expectation of healthcare providers and public are obvious. In post-COVID-19, strengthening and reviewing the global supply chain will be a major challenge for the medical industry. In post-COVID-19, the timely incentives from the Indian government, as well as the exchange of information in this webinar, is an invaluable opportunity. Through further cooperation between Japan and India, I hope we both will continue to stabilizing the supply chain of medical devices and even accelerate the pace of fulfilling the global demand in the future. Thank you for your attention.
続きまして、インド政府科学機器了承医薬品局次官 PV バゲラ様より分野別の概要、インドのインセンティブスキームと投資機会についてご講演いただきます。Next, I would like to request Mr. P.V. Baghera, Secretary, Department of Pharmaceuticals, Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers, Government of India, to give a presentation on sectoral overview, incentive schemes, and investment opportunities in India. Sir, your video is off.
The video has to be switched on by the host. We are not able to switch on the video. Audio is on, but the video is off.
Yeah, I can hear your voice.
Yeah,
Yes,
Yeah.
it's connected.
Thank you. Good afternoon to everyone who is in Japan and good noon to all those who are in India. The Honorable His Excellency Ambassador of India, Mr. Sanjay Verma-ji, Nobuo Yoshi Ishii, Executive Director, Japan Federation of Medical Device Associations, then Nakayama, Deputy Director General of JETRO, then Ishiro Fujikawa, Chairman, Japan Pharmaceutical Trade Associations, the various representative associations of India, officials from the 4 state governments, the other officials of the embassy, Minister of Economy and Commerce Mona Khandar, and all other officials. I am thankful to the embassy for organizing a much-awaited exchange and a seminar on Japan, on India, exchange between India and Japan. Actually, we wanted to visit Japan and meet all the association and talk about the kind of partnership which we can have between India and Japan in the field of pharmaceuticals and medical devices. So I will not take much time, but I would like to present how India and Japan can partner together and can enter into arrangements which can help both India and Japan. So, yeah. So I would like to present what kind of pharmaceutical sector India has. You know, we are the first. We are the largest supplier of low-cost generics, vaccines, and affordable HIV medicines. And we have almost 6,000 generic brands across 60 categories. And we manufacture almost 500 APIs. As you know, we supplied much talked about hydroxychloroquine to the whole world. Not only that, even during lockdown, we have been able to supply critical medical supplies and medicines to the whole world. That is it. And when it comes to the kind of quality and the kind of production facility India has, we are the second highest FDI approved plants. We are third largest in terms of volume, and we are 10th in the largest in terms of value. We export to more than 200 countries, and the kind of FDI investment which has in India, in which of course Japan is also in forefront. We have France, UK, Germany, Japan, US, and Spain, just to name a few countries. And we have received around 16.4 billion FDI in the last 7-8 years. See, when it comes to trade, in pharmaceuticals, we have a huge surplus. That is because we are world leaders in manufacturing of generics and API. But when it comes to medical devices, we have a huge gap. We have trade deficit. Our total imports are 5.3 billion and exports are 2 billion. Here, I think Japan and India, if we enter into agreement, if Japan can invest in India, I think there's a huge demand. One thing which I wanted to tell, both for the pharmaceutical industry and for the medical device industry, India itself is a very big market. And not only that, because of the various program taken by the government of India to take the health facility to the to the farthest corner of the country. The demand of medicines and the medical devices increased manifold. Also, because India, there is a demand of drugs and medical devices all over the world. India's medical devices and pharmaceutical both are likely to grow further. At present, our growth is 10%, but in pharmaceuticals and in medical devices almost 20%. But it's likely to further increase. Next. So, in order to help, because we had meeting with the, probable investors from Japan 3-4 months before. At that time, there was an issue that if they want to invest in India, whom should they contact? So we have created a pharmaceutical bureau. It is a single point contact where you can come here. We will do the handholding for all kind of issues for the center and states, and even with all other ministries and departments. So this is what we have created. We have the team of experts who will be helping all the investors and the whether the investors is within India or investor coming from the India. One thing which already our ambassador has covered, but ours is one of the lowest corporate tax in the world, 17.16 for the new entrant in the country. This is what I would like to say. And we have a very, very liberal FDI policy for pharmaceuticals. For 100% FDI as a automatic route, the greenfield, brownfield. If you want to increase the capacity FDI beyond 74%, only then government route is there. Otherwise, below 74% automatic route. As far as medical devices is concerned, both for the greenfield projects and brownfield projects, automatic route, there is no need to go to the government for permission. We have come out with excellent schemes in order to further attract investment, both FDI and investment from the country. And these 4 schemes, which envisages benefits to the investors to the extent of almost $1.5 billion. I would request our Joint Secretary to make a presentation on that. But before that, I would like to respond to some of the issues which were raised by the earlier speakers. One was with regard to the APIs. I understand that the API we are dependent on imports, especially China, and because of lockdown we had certain problems, and also lockdown in India we had certain problems. But if details are given by the association, we will certainly try to stabilize their their imports, which is being sent from India. One thing which I can tell you that we have not put any kind of export ban on drugs, excluding SCQ. And even in medical devices, only 3-4 medical devices are under restricted list. Otherwise, everything is open. With this, I would request our Joint Secretary, Mr. Rinwa, to just in brief explain the medical incentive scheme which we have launched, and which is likely to be officially announced very soon. Already it is launched, but it will be open for the applicants and the investors to apply in a very short period. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. We have come out with a very ambitious and very attractive scheme called Production Linked Incentive Schemes. This scheme is for production of APIs, key starting materials, and drug intermediates. And we have selected 53 such KSM intermediates and APIs where we would be giving incentives. And for fermentation-based products, either KSM intermediate or APIs, we would be giving 20% of the sale value of these products in a year as a subsidy to the company which will be selected under the scheme. The scheme guidelines are under preparation, and we hope to come out with the guidelines within a month latest. And under this scheme, as I told you, for fermentation-based APIs, KSMs, the subsidy would be 20% of the annual sales value. and for chemically synthesized APIs, KSMs, and drug intermediates, the subsidy would be 10%. And for fermentation-based products, the subsidy would be given for 6 years, whereas for chemically synthesized products, it would be given for 5 years. And 900 million US dollar outlay has been fixed for this scheme, and this would be, and this scheme is very attractive, and we have come out with, after consultation with the industry, and we hope that, and we are finding that there is a lot of enthusiasm among in the industry about this scheme, and we would like Japanese companies to also come up for this scheme in partnership with the Indian companies. And we also have a bulk drug park scheme where we would be promoting 3 bulk drug parks. For each bulk drug park, Government of India would be giving 135 million US dollars to the state governments, and many state governments have shown great interest in this scheme. We have many proposals. Out of this, we would be selecting the 3 best on the challenge mode, where the state government would be giving incentives. And in these parks, common facilities would be there, and the investors who would be coming in these bulk drug parks would be given incentives by the state governments. And we hope that these 2 schemes would help the bulk drug industry in becoming self-sufficient in our country, reduce import dependency in the coming years, and also to increase the exports. And this slide will give you a brief overview of the medical device sector. We are the 4th largest market in Asia. $12 billion is the current market size. CAGR growth is 12%. And exports are about $2 billion, and imports are about $6 billion. As our secretary just explained, we are import dependent on in medical devices. About 85% last year of the total medical devices were imported. Next. And similar to the production linked incentive scheme for APIs, the department has come up with 2 schemes concerning medical devices. The first is production linked incentive scheme, which is similar to the earlier scheme. Here we have selected 4 target segments. The devices under those segments would be given incentives, the companies producing devices. One is cancer care, radiotherapy medical devices. Another is all implants, including implantable electronic devices. Third is radiology and imaging medical devices, both ionizing and non-ionizing radiation products, and nuclear imaging devices. Fourth category is anesthetics and cardiorespiratory medical devices, including catheters of cardiorespiratory category and renal care medical devices. So companies would be, about 6 companies would be selected under each segment. So about 24, 25 companies would be selected, and incentives would be given for 5 years. But there is a minimum investment eligibility under this scheme. For first year, the investment has to be 8 million. After second year, it has to be minimum 16 million US dollars. And after third year, it has to be minimum $24 million. And based on the incremental sales per year, incentives at 5% of the total sales would be given to the company selected under this scheme. This is also a very attractive scheme, and we hope that with this scheme, the Japanese companies can make use of, because all these are high-end technology category products. Japanese companies can make use of these schemes and come up with their manufacturing in India. And also we have next, promotion of medical device parks, similar to the scheme of bulk drug parks. Here also we would be giving about $13 million grant in aid to the state governments who would be coming up with these medical devices parks. We would be supporting 4 such medical devices parks, and common facilities would be there, which the units can use at minimum user fees. And also we expect the state governments to give a lot of incentives under this scheme to the units that come up in these medical device parks. Next. The next slide gives you an idea of the states where we have the largest number of manufacturing units. For pharma, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Himachal Pradesh, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, UP and Karnataka. And for medical devices, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, and Haryana. These are the states where number of units are already there, and there are a lot of clusters. Next. Arigato gozaimasu. Thank you very much for listening patiently to our presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
インド政府医薬局局長バギラさんによりますプレゼンテーションのサマリーを申し上げます。インドの医薬機器分野における投資機会とのプレゼンテーションをいただきました。その中でバルク製剤の製造を促進するためにインド政府が導入している2つのスキームについてご紹介いただいております。バルク製剤専用台地の推進、3つのバルク製剤専用台地内に共用インフラ施設を建設するための助成金として1団地当たり最大1330万ドル、もしくは CIF 建設費の 70% のうちどちらか少ない額を支給するといったスキームです。また、医療機器製造を促進するためのスキームもご案内しております。医療機器産業団地の推進に同じようなバルク製剤専用団地と同じようなスキームを医療機器製造団地にも適用しております。また、生産連動型インセンティブ PLL という政策も導入しております。直接海外投資につきましては、医療分野には2004年4月から2019年12月までの間に164億ドルの FDI が入入しております。医薬品分野の新規投資に対しては最大 100% までの FDI が自動承認ルートで認められます。既存事業への投資に関しては最大 74% までの FDI が認められております。医薬品分野の既存事業への上限を 74% を超える FDI に関しては政府承認ルートを通じて許可されます。医療機器分野の FDI は既存事業への投資と新規投資のどちらも自動承認ルートで許可されています。なお、国内で AMTZ という施設の開発が進んでおります。こちらはインド東部の港町バイザグ近郊に開設された国内初の医療技術ストックです。AMTZ は東京や大阪などへの中継地となっているシンガポールやクアラルンプールなどで直接アクセスが可能です。多種多様な科学研究施設や試験施設があり、医療機器産業に適したエコシステムが整っております。AMTZ では CT スキャン検査機器や酢酸セルロース膜生産に向けた共同投資を募っています。特に CT スキャン検査機器製造で知られる日本の東芝や日立、また酢酸セルロース膜生産で知られるニプロを最高のパートナーであると考えております。以上です。
続きまして、ジェトロチェンナイ事務所次長中山幸秀様より、医療機器におけるインドでの機会についてご講演いただきます。中山様、よろしくお願いいたします。中山様、よろしくお願いいたします。音声が聞こえてないようです。
失礼いたしました。聞こえますでしょうか。どうも。
はい、大丈夫でございます。よろしくお願いいたします。
はい、すいません。画面共有されてますでしょうか。
パワーポイントのページです。スクリーンモードで、はい。
はい、じゃあ大丈夫ですかね。
はい、よろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございます。すいません。ジェトロチェン内の中山と申します。今日はインドの医療機器分野におけるビジネスチャンスということで、ちょっと短時間ではありますので、かなりはしょりながら概要だけお話をお伝えしたいことをお話しさせていただきます。私からお伝えしたいことは主に2点です。インドの医療機器市場、何を考えて進出を考えたらいいかというところを、まず知っておいた方がよろしいことをお話ししたいと思います。2点目としては、インドの医療機器市場を踏まえて、私が現地にいる中で、こういった分野に日本企業のビジネスチャンスがあるんではないかというところを、日本医療機器メーカーだったり、医療サービス分野の日本の強いところも踏まえながら、ご提案をさせていただきたいと思います。以上の2点について主にお話をさせていただきます。では、始めさせていただきます。 まず1番目ですけれども、ここはですね、ヘルスケアサービスの規模ということで簡単ですがご紹介をさせていただきます。インドの中の国内のビジネス分野の規模、もうその中でもサービス産業の規模を見るとですね、ヘルスケアというものが非常に2017年で16兆9006億円、日本円相当あったんですが、これが推定値ではありますが、2020年度には30兆円近くになるということで、非常に医療機器の分野、サービス産業の中で規模も大きいですし、あとは伸び率も大きいということが言えます。非常に可能性がある分野です。これを初めに強調させていただきます。でまず先ほど冒頭に申し上げたお話したい点、1点目、インドの現状ですね。それなんですが、まず知っておいていただきたいことの1点目として、メディカルデバイスルール2017というのが2018年初頭より、1月より実施されています。それまでインドの医療機器市場どうだったかというと、医療機器って規制されているのっていうのは、それ以前、このルールの以前というのは23種類しかなかったということになっています。どういうものが医療機器だったかというと、例えばカテーテルとか医療機器だったんですが、例えば結構複雑な心臓のペースメーカーとか、そういったものは医療機器の規制には当たらなかったということでですね、結構メディカルフェアとかそういったものをその前もその以前にインドで私見たことがあるんですが、その時は結構外国の結構いろんな複雑なんだけれども医療機器の規制に当たらないということで、いろんな粗悪な医療機器っていうのが結構出回っているような状況にありました。それがインド市場の中で使えてしまっていたということですね。ただそれがですね、このルールの改定によって駆逐される傾向、登録が必要な傾向に変わってきていますので、きちんとした医療機器、それでいてちゃんとしたクオリティを担保されて認証も取っているという日本の医療機器メーカー、日本の医療機器にとっては今現在追い風の方向にあるとは言えます。インドの消費者、インドの患者にとっても非常にいい状況が発生しているとは言えると思います。あと2つ目、モディケア。これの1世帯50万ルピー上限の健康保険制度というのが2018年9月より始まりました。一説によると5億人、6億人対象ということです。ただですね、これ1世帯50万ルピーということで、公立病院の予防であったり、あと遠隔医療であったり、あと検査、こういったものには適用できるんですけれども、重篤な病気にかかってしまって、手術が必要とか、そういったものになってしまうとですね、ちょっとやっぱり金額的にこれを超えてしまいます。なので、日本企業の提供するようなサービス、医療機器というのが、正直ちょっとどこまでこれの対象になるのかなっていうところは言えると思うんですけれども、ただですね、このモディケアのおかげで、いろいろと恩恵を被って、日本企業というのも、例えばインドの農村あたりに対してですね、検査とかそういったものを非常に網をかけるというビジネスを構築すれば、それはそれでいいのではないかというふうな考え方ができます。ちょっとスライドを飛ばしていただくと、これインドの農村のインパクトなんですが、これちょっと国勢調査の時期なので非常にちょっと年数が古くはなっていますが、これだけの規模と。中国と比較すると、中国は6億、6億、都市部6億、農村部6億ということで、都市部にかなり人口が寄ってしまっているんですが、インドは8億まだ農村にいるということで、農村に対する医療システム、検査か何かのシステムということを医療分野で作れば、そこは非常にチャンスがあるということが、農村部の人口が多いので言えるとは思います。ちょっと単価は取れないんですけど、マスを取るという考え方ですね。こういった形です。でも、モディケアもそれに関しては関係があると思います。で、ここでモディケアのところで申し上げておきたいのは、日本の医療機器というのはですね、非常にコストが高いというところなんですけども、今のインドの現状と申し上げますと、こういった健康保険制度なので、日本とは違って国民皆保険、非常に充実されている日本の国民皆保険とはインドの状況は違うということです。つまり、インドの患者というのは、どのぐらいお金をかけられるかということによって治療内容や使う医療素材が変わるという現状があります。この点を踏まえておく必要があります。例えば背中でですね、ちょっと椎間板のところが弱ってしまって、そこに何か入れる必要があるとなるとですね、普通だとインプラントを入れるんですが、これ非常に高いので払えない人っていうのは、どこからか骨を取り出して入れるという形で、どれだけお金が払えるかによっても変わります。こういった形で、ちょっと出せる金額というのが治療、あとは命に直結しているという現状が日本とはちょっと違うというところを申し上げておきます。あとはブランド力だとですね、インドの医師っていうのは若い時、欧米に行って修行を積むということが多いので、欧米で術具というのを、例えば鉗子であったり、ハサミであったり、そういったものっていうのは使い慣れたもの、欧米のメーカーのもの、欧米で使用されているもの、そういったものをずっと使い続ける傾向があります。ただ、ここで欧米のメーカーのネームバリューっていうのが、インドの医師の中では日本のメーカーのものより高いとは言えるとは思うんですが、 ただやっぱりインドの医師、いろいろ聞いてみて進めてみるとですね、新しい機能があるものっていうのには非常に前向き、使ってみたいということがあるので、例えば術後ではないカメラであったりですね、新しい医療機器、そういったものは日本から持っていって、欧米のものにはないような機能を持った機器っていうのはインドでも医師は興味を示すと思います。今までも医師と話すとそうでした。今までの話を踏まえてですね、日本企業のビジネスチャンス、こういったところが日本の企業の強みで、こういったところがインドで大丈夫なんじゃないかなというのをご紹介をさせていただきます。今、1番目は今申し上げたような欧米のメーカーにはない独自の医療機器ですね。例えば日本独自の進化を遂げた内視鏡であったり、あとカテーテル、入れる場所が違って、術後の治癒が早いカテーテルとかですね、いろんなものが日本の工夫された商品としてあると思うんですが、こういったものっていうのはインドでも医師が興味を示すと思います。あと2つ目申し上げた通り、先ほど申し上げた通り、農村って非常に数がインドでは多いですので、そういったところでですね、農村向け、単価自体は安いかもしれませんが、そういった農村の数億人っていうのを対象にするような、そういった検査システムというものが普及すれば、十分に単価は取れなくてもマスが取れるという形で、非常にビジネスチャンスはあるのではないかと思います。例えば欧米の検査装置、非常に大きいものが多いんですけど、日本は医療機器をはじめとして検査装置も非常に進んでまして、小型化のものが多いです。こういった小型化のものを持っていって、単価自体、初めのランニングコスト自体を抑えてですね、農村でいろんな検査を費用を抑えてやるということも日本企業にとっては強みなのではないかなと思います。あとは医薬原材料であったり医薬品というのをちょっと農村にまでまだまだなかなか行くような、超低温でなくても多少冷たい程度のコールドチェーンで医薬原材料を運ぶというところもまだまだ未構築ですので、こういったところも日本ができる強みがある分野ではないかなと思います。あとは製造実行システム、これどういうものかと言いますとですね、きちんとした製造をするためのシステムを企業に導入する、医薬製造企業に導入するというものなんですけれども、ちょっと数年前まで、ずっと6、7年前ですかね、アメリカに例えば医薬品を輸出しようと、それでインドで製造しているとですね、USFDA の査察官を受け入れて、そこのチェックを受ける必要が工場自体あったんですが、アメリカに輸出する医薬品に関しては。ただこれUSFDA の査察官が当時ちょくちょく来ていたのが、最近ではインドに常駐っていう傾向もちょっと見られ始めまして、そうなるといつ来るかわからないということで、貸し工場を借りてしのぐということじゃなくて、実際にちゃんと製造している工場自体はきちんと生産管理システムをきちんと入れてきちんとしないといけないという状況が発生しています。そういった意味で製造管理システム、日本非常に強い分野ですので、こういったものも日本のものが参考になって導入する可能性できる可能性はあるのではないかという話は聞きます。あとはですね、カルテの保管というかデータの管理のシステムですね。これ日本では普通に病院ごとにカルテ管理、データ管理されていると思うんですが、インドのシステムだとですね、カルテとあとフィルムというのは患者自身が持ってですね、一回一回医師にそれを持ってきて見せて、それを見た医師っていうのが瞬発的にどういう治療をするかって判断するシステムにあるということで、カルテやフィルム自体は病院に管理されてないシステムなんですね。ちょっとこれっていうのは患者にとっても医師にとってもちょっと非効率ではないかということで、カルテの共通化の話っていうのもインドの中で始まってるんですが、まだまだ全体に行き渡っているわけではないので、ただ日本ってこのシステムには非常に強いところなので、これをインドに導入したりというところはビジネスチャンスとしてあるのではないかと、インド自体にとっても非常にインドではないかと思います。あと生活習慣病の予防に関するビジネスですけれども、ここに表で載せた通り、糖尿病の方、右上の方ですね、糖尿病患者数、みなし患者数、多分検査はしてないけどそうじゃないかなという患者も含めると、1億2000万人ということで、日本と同じぐらいの糖尿病患者がインドの中にはいます。その糖尿病の問題意識というのは非常にインドの中で高まってまして、最近ではフィットネスジムが非常に都市部では大きくできてますし、食事管理であったり、あとそういう予防によって2型糖尿病を防ごうという動き、あとはそういった他の生活習慣病も防ごうという動きが出てきています。メトロっていうインドの交通システムに乗ってもですね、ダイアベティス、糖尿っていうの治療っていう看板が出てきたりするので、一般向け、普通の消費者にとって、普通の患者にとっても非常に糖尿病の予防というのは非常に大きな観点になってきていまして、ビジネスチャンスが拡大しています。でちょっとここでコロナ後のロックダウンの影響について述べさせていただきますが、このロックダウンでアンケート調査をインドの消費者にどういうふうに何にお金を使っているかという調査をしたものなんですけれども、やっぱりフィットネスやそういったものってロックダウン中はやってない、皆さんお金を使ってないんですが、やっぱりロックダウン後になると使いたいという傾向、それからですね、短期的にロックダウン中支出が減った傾向にあるんですが、増えたものを見てみるとですね、やっぱり免疫力を高める健康グッズ、衛生製品ということで、非常にそういった健康であったりフィットネス、そういったものに関しては、コロナ以後ということも、消費が減るのではなくて、むしろ伸びてくるんではないかという傾向が見て取れます。 以上によりまして、生活習慣病の予防に関するビジネス、特にフィットネスや健康管理、あと免疫治療、こういったものっていうのはコロナ以後も非常にインドの中でも可能性がある分野なのではないかなと思います。以上、現地から報告させていただきます。どうもありがとうございました。
Now, I'd like to start a summary of the presentation by Mr. Yukihide Nakayama, Deputy Director General, JETRO Chennai. Mr. Nakayama first informed the patients of the potential of India's healthcare sector underpinned by growing health consciousness among Indian public. He explained about policies and developments observed in India's healthcare sector. He welcomed the introduction of Medical Devices Rules 2017, as it has been effectively expelled cheap and low-quality medical devices out of Indian market, paving a way for Japanese companies to enter the market in a big way. Mr. Nakayama pointed out that it may be difficult for Japanese companies to market surgical tools in India. Many Indian physicians are used to surgical tools made by European makers because they often have their trainings done in the Western countries. However, Japan may have the competitive edge in other medical devices, such as catheter or endoscopes. In addition to chances directly connected with the medical devices, Mr. Nakayama explained about other opportunities Japanese companies should consider, such as developing basic medical service system targeting rural villages in India. Mr. Nakayama believes that there is a huge chance in rural India as there are as many as 830 million people living in those villages, and they often do not have immediate access to basic medical services. Indeed, it may be difficult to market expensive medical devices or drugs, but considering the market side, he believes there is a great profit-making potential. He also pointed out other chances in following fields of development of cold supply chain, which can transport drugs to various parts of the country, including rural areas, enhancing MES at manufacturing sites in India. Japan can help Indian drug manufacturers improving their MES to meet demands set by US FDA in India. Building medical records management system. In India, it may have been a practice for patients to keep their medical records. It may be convenient because patients can change doctors or hospitals, but this practice is burdensome to doctors who have to rely on sometimes inaccurate or fragmented medical records to decide what would be the best treatment for the patient. Development of business which may prevent lifestyle diseases, including diabetes. He pointed out that there's 120 million diabetic patients in India. Japan is a developed country in terms of diabetic prevention methods, such as diet management and physical training. Mr. Nakayama said that COVID-19 pandemic changed the mindset of Indian consumers. They have become more health conscious and understand the importance of preventative measures. He shared a study done by Intage India this month to show the changes in the sentiment of Indian consumers after the lockdown was put in place. Nearly half of the respondents answered that they would spend more on health products to increase their immunity or on hygiene products. Thank you.
続きまして、インド大使館経済商務担当講師モナ・カンダールより FDI エコシステムと円滑化の強化について講演いただきます。Next, I would like to request Ms. Mona Kandar, Minister Economic and Commerce, Embassy of India, Tokyo, to give a presentation on enhanced FDI ecosystem and facilitation.
Konnichiwa, Namaste. His Excellency, the Ambassador of India to Japan, Secretary, Department of Pharma, Additional Chief Secretaries of Industry Departments of 4 states of India, Gujarat, Himachal Pradesh, Goa, and Telangana, Senior Managing Director of JFMDA, Chairman JPTA, Secretary General IPA, Forum Coordinator All India Medical Device Association, President NIPRO India Corporation, President SI Vizag, Deputy Director General of JETRO, all the delegates. I'm Mona Kandar, Minister Economic and Commerce at Embassy of India, and my presentation is on FDI ecosystem and facilitation through measures other than sector-specific incentives, which will facilitate these 2 sectors. So in present pandemic situation, The question that is likely to arise in everybody's mind, sorry. The question that is likely to arise in everybody's mind is whether and how will Indian economy sail through the global pandemic. However, a quick glance at Indian economy would prove its resilience and robustness, as it has weathered all economic crises with flying colors. At the time of balance of payment crisis in 1991, Indian economy was opened up and its growth surged. Indian economy was unscathed during Asian crisis in 1997. It recovered rather faster during global meltdown in 2008. January and February 2020 data show that it bounced back after liquidity issues arose in 2018-19. Therefore, there is no doubt that it will also sail through COVID-19 pandemic as well. CAGR over 25 years, spanning through all this crisis for GDP and market capitalization, has been over 10%. Indian growth story has been a mix of big bang reforms like goods and service tax, insolvency and bankruptcy code, and economic stimulus. Process of recovery from COVID-19 began with initial measures worth rupees 1.7 trillion announced on March 26. And rebooting of Indian economy has begun with a series of measures announced in past few days by Government of India as Self-Reliant Bharat stimulus package of about rupees 21 trillion, which is 10% of GDP. With rupees 41 billion for COVID-19 related health measures, overall health sector has also been given a big boost. Advance release of rupees 110 billion and enhancing credit limits of states from 3% to 5% will alleviate economic pains at micro level. Funding of SMEs and companies, financial support to targeted households, and social security benefits will also alleviate the pains at micro level. These measures are anchored further to reforms in sectors like power, agri-marketing, agri-infrastructure, urban management, healthcare, and sanitation. Decriminalization of Companies Act, promoting online education for sustainability such that it ensures higher GDP in future to provide additional fiscal space. Emergency credit lines have been opened and working capital have been enhanced for public sector banks. Fiscal measures are further supported by monetary policies. Policy repo rate is reduced by 75 basis points. Targeted long-term repo operation of rupees 2 trillion is carried out by Reserve Bank of India. Cash reserve ratio is reduced by 100 basis points. Liquidity coverage ratio is reduced from 100% to 80%. So these measures have infused additional liquidity of rupees 5 trillion. The taxation framework has been reformed to promote Make in India. The corporate tax is slashed by half to 15%, now one of the lowest in the world. Dividend distribution tax is withdrawn mainly on the request from Japan. Custom duty and tax stimulus have been provided for promoting Make in India in sectors like electronics, mobiles, medical devices, and pharmaceuticals. Level playing field is provided to medium and small scale enterprises through financial and technology support. India is constantly improving its investment environment as its position in global ease of doing business ranking surged to 63rd in 2019, rising by 79 ranks in 5 years. It is 52nd in Global Innovation Index, rising by 29 places, and it holds 44th position in Logistics Performance Index, rising 10 places. Organizations like Invest India have been established to provide end-to-end facilitation for foreign direct investment. India has the unique advantage of combination of low-cost skilled workforce on one hand and creative brains with risk-taking abilities that lead innovation and startup globally on the other hand. Such a range of human resources is found only in India. Third factor added to this is the demographic dividend, where 65% of Indian population is below 65 years of age. Skill India initiative of Government of India will skill to 400 million persons to adapt to Industry 4.0 in manufacturing. India has the second largest startup ecosystem. This sector is Government of India's priority to provide comprehensive support of funding, policy, and platform. For funding, rupees 100 billion fund of fund has been set up, and provision is made for early stage funding and tax incentives. Policy for data center parks, technology and knowledge translation clusters, national mission on quantum technology and application have also been announced. Platform like India's Take is similar to internet, on which applications are developed and connected through interoperability, thereby boosting startup and innovation further. Startup and innovation are going to play a big role in digital healthcare, in providing digital healthcare services. Under Industry 4.0, manufacturing is estimated to rise from 13% to 25%, making India a smart factory of the world by 2022. Enhancing of telecom, AI and IoT are some of the growth engines. Due to this development, India has evolved from being an outsourcing hub to research and development hub with more than 1,400 research and development centers employing 900,000 professionals by almost all multinationals in the sector, including some well-known Japanese names like NEC, Rakuten, and Sony. More than 270 incubators have created more than 50,000 startups, valued at $75 billion in 2019. Now this value is $100 billion. Incubators are growing at 40%. India has built 10 international bridges for market entry support and cross-border exchange for startups. India has given a major boost to infrastructure and logistics by announcing $1.4 trillion in India Infra Pipeline Policy for next 5 years, which will cover more than 6,500 projects. This will increase the productivity of Indian human resources further. National Logistics Policy aims at reducing logistics cost from 14% to 10%, giving further boost to Make in India and exporting from India. So changing face of India can be seen in newly created infrastructure of airport and express highway in this slide. The right hand side is the newly created infrastructure, which was the old ones are on the left hand side. So you can see before and after. So considering other advantages like democracy, rule of law, strategic location with sea on 3 sides, and others, India is rated as a top destination for foreign direct investment by Bloomberg Media and JBIC. Indo-Japan friendship has led to Japan-specific facilitation as well, like specially built Japan Industrial Townships, Japan-India Institute for Manufacturing for sector-specific skilling of Indian workers, sector-specific bilateral dialogues, which also includes ministerial level, very senior ministerial level dialogue on healthcare facilities. Indo-Japan Industrial Competitiveness Forum especially has been set up to increase the competitiveness of manufacturing and exporting from India. And the Official Development Assistance Program from JICA for building infrastructure and other facilities in India are giving a major boost to bilateral relations. In addition, a lot of care has been taken to set up social infrastructure for Japanese investors like golf clubs and Japanese restaurants and other things to make Japanese investors feel more homely. Finally, Indian subsidiaries have outperformed their parent companies in terms of revenue, net profit, and internal rate of return. So I wish this webinar and participants all the success for business, trade, and investment collaboration to create a win-win situation for both the sides, leveraging Japan's technology and India's human resources. Please take care and stay safe. Thank you. Arigato gozaimasu. Thank you very much.
インド大使館経済商務担当講師モナカンダールによるプレゼンテーションの要約を申し上げます。インド経済は1991年の国際収支危機、1997年のアジア危機、2008年の世界的なメルトダウン、2018年から19年の流動性問題などの経済的混乱を乗り越え、弾力性と力強さを証明しました。新型コロナウイルスの世界的感染拡大をも乗り越えていくでしょう。この25年間の GDP および時価総国の年平均成長率は 10% 以上となっています。新型コロナウイルスに関してインド政府はつい先日21兆ルピー規模の自立したインドと名付けた経済刺激策を発表いたしました。インド政府の新型コロナウイルス予防策は経済再起動策との均衡を考慮されています。インドは技能を備えた低コスト労働力という独自の強みを持っていますが、この強みがインドをイノベーションとスタートアップ分野における世界的なリーダーにしています。これらの組み合わせは他国には見られないインド独自のものです。インドは投資環境を常に改善しており、2019年のビジネスのシェアスランキングでは79位に上昇し63位、世界イノベーション指数では29位上昇して52位、物流パフォーマンス指数では10位上昇して44位となりました。メイクインインディア政策を推進するため、課税の枠組みの改正も行われております。法人税は5割引き下げられて 15% となり、世界で最も低い税率となりました。配当税も主に日本からの要請により撤廃されました。電子機器、携帯電話、医療機器、医薬品などの分野における製造を刺激するための税制優遇策も設けられております。スタートアップ部門に関しましては、資金調達、政策的支援、エコシステムへの支援などを包括的な後押しを受けています。インド政府は今後5年間に実施される100兆ルピー規模の投資により、インフラと流通網を大々的に強化していきます。インドはブルームバーグ社と日本の国際協力銀行により最も好ましい直接海外投資先として評価を受けています。そしてインドの子会社は親会社よりも良い業績を上げています。日本に特化した促進策に加え、特別に建設された日本企業専用産業団地、インド人労働者を対象とした分野ごとの技能向上を目的とした日本式ものづくり学校、分野ごとの二国間対話、印日産業競争力フォーラム、JICA によるインフラ開発などの政府開発援助プログラムもあります。インドと日本のそれぞれ持つ相互互換性を活用しながらウィンウィンの関係を築けることを期待しております。以上です。
ここからメイクインインディアの事例として日本企業2社にご登壇いただきます。まず、ニプロインディア社長、プラディープ・クトゥンベ様より医療機器についてご講演いただきます。Now, I would like to request two Japanese subsidiary companies to share their Make in India experience. First, I would like to request Mr. Pradeep Kutumbe, President, Nipro India Corporation, to share their experience on Make in India.
Good afternoon to all honorable participants and delegates of this webinar. Myself, Pradeep Kutumbe, I'm President of Nipro India Corporation, and I'll brief you about our company. Nipro India Corporation was established in year 2010, and it is a 100% subsidiary of Nipro Corporation Japan. This factory was set up as per Nipro Corporation's policy of make locally and sell locally. And it also contributes a lot to Government of India's initiative of Make in India. Our plant is situated on the western side of India, in the state called Maharashtra. The nearest big city is Pune city, which is about 60 kilometers from our plant. The nearest port is Nhava Sheva port in Mumbai, which is about 190 kilometers away. The total investment so far, we made investment in 3 phases. The first phase completed in 2011, and we started commercial production in 2013. That time the investment was 12 billion rupees, Japanese yen. Second phase, we did some expansion in 2019 with the investment of 8 billion Japanese yen. And a big expansion is planned in this year with the investment of 12 billion Japanese yen. Total area of our plant is 190 square kilometers. And out of that, the actual plant area is 122 square kilometers, 1000 square meters. Total employees as of now are 1,600 employees are there, direct employees, and another 300 employees will be added for our next expansion in 2 years. Total sales from January to December calendar year is 6 billion Japanese yen. Basically, Nipro Corporation is engaged in manufacturing of dialysis related products. So Nipro India Corporation also makes dialysis related products predominantly. Our main product is dialyzer, which is called as artificial kidney and which is used in dialysis treatment. Almost 70% of our total sale is from this product, dialyzer. We sell it in local market as well as we export it. Other products which we manufacture are fistula needle, blood lines, syringes, IV catheter, and cannulas for syringe and IV cannula and AVF. These are the 6 products we manufacture. Barring dialyzer, almost all products are for local sale. Dialyzer, since our capacity is very high, not only we are catering to domestic market, but we are also exporting to Europe, Latin America, and Middle East. I will brief about our accomplishments. Nipro India is a part of Make in India initiative and is also a mega project considering the amount of investment made by Nipro Corporation Japan. We have established world-class facility as per Japanese technology, and our quality of our product is very much as per Japanese standards, and it is very well accepted in Europe as well as Latin America and Middle East. With the further expansion in next 2 years, we are planning to export our products to US market as well, and for that the preparation is ongoing. Another specialty of our plant is we are using gamma irradiation plant for sterilization, which is a unique facility in India. We have the biggest facility of gamma sterilization not only in India but in entire Asia. And we have created a lot of employment opportunity because when we started this plant in 2010, there were hardly any industry in our surrounding areas, and we have created employment opportunity to almost 600 people who didn't have any employment skills. So we employed them, we gave them training, we gave them classroom training as well as on-the-job training, and developed their skill. And we are with these people, we are now continuing our production. Sorry. Our challenges that we initially faced problems and delays in getting government approvals during land acquisition and construction. Then we faced initial problem of poor infrastructure, basically road, water, and electricity. Of course, over a period of time, we got all these facilities. Availability of manpower as I said, initial phases, we found a problem in getting skilled manpower, but we developed these skills with the local people. Then setting up the biggest gamma plant in India, from government approval point of view, we faced some problems. Then we faced competition in India, domestic market due to our late entry. Then we foresee that state government especially should give us some more incentive considering our significant investment. One more problem we have faced in the last 2 years that in the last 2 years, the importing of dialyzers from other countries do not attract any custom duty, whereas the raw material which we use for manufacturing dialyzers locally attract duties and taxes. So we are pursuing this matter with the government and look forward that this also will be resolved soon. So this is all about Nipro India Corporation in brief. Thank you very much. Arigatou gozaimasu.
ニプロインディア社長、プラティップ・クドゥトゥン氏のプレゼンテーションのサマリーを申し上げます。ニプロインディアは日本のニプロの 100% 子会社で2010年にインド市場に進出しております。インド国内では透析機や注射機器といった医療機器の製造を行っております。総額、対インド投資総額は3億ドルです。現在のところの年平均収益は5000万ドル、そのうち1000万ドルは国内販売、4000万ドルは輸出から得られたものです。透析機器をヨーロッパや南アメリカ、中東といった市場に輸出しています。 インド国内ではニプロインディア社の進出により1600件の直接雇用を生み出しました。これに加え、大変多くの間接雇用も生み出し、地域経済に貢献しております。NIC がインド国内で製造する製品には日本の技術を用い、日本進出を実現しています。今後2年間の間に透析機器製造能力の倍増を計画しております。製造能力拡張の後、NIC の収益は1億ドルに伸びると期待されております。また今後はアメリカ市場にも製品販売を行っていきたいという計画でございます。以上です。
次に、エーザイインド社長、ギリッシュ・ディクシット様より医薬品についてご講演いただきます。Second, I would like to request Mr. Girish Dixit, President, Eisai Research Site and Executive Director, Eisai Pharmaceutical India Private Limited, to share their experience on pharmaceutical.
Thank you very much. Konnichiwa, konbanwa. Greetings to everyone, all dignitaries from Japan and India, and organizers for arranging such a wonderful webinar for investment in India. I have been asked to speak about Make in India experience. We are almost 11-year-old organization in India, a Japanese subsidiary, and how we have developed our research and manufacturing operations are going to be explained in this in next 10 minutes. So if we go to next slide, just a moment. Yeah, so the content of my presentations are Eisai global overview, what is our philosophy, and what we are doing in India, and how government policies benefited us. Will explain what is our theme on Make in India, our human healthcare activities, award recognition, which has appreciated us and by which we have moved faster. So just for the information of, especially for the Indian dignitaries, that Eisai is highly ethical organization. Our headquarters is based in Tokyo. Dr. Haruo Naito is our CEO. And you can see on the left side about our total revenue as on March 2020. We are very strong in central nervous system, oncological and gastrointestinal medications. We have approximately 10,000 employees globally. We have 40 subsidiaries and 14 research and clinical sites and manufacturing sites, including India. You can see on the bottom of the slide the number of known formulations related to Alzheimer, cancer healthcare, and gastrointestinal healthcare. So these are our top brand by which we are supporting the global patients through access to medicine concept. This is our corporate philosophy. Human healthcare is the foundation of Eisai. It was given by Florence Nightingale, who served her entire life for the services of the patient. We have taken the HHC words from her signature, and the HHC means human health care. We are providing a meaningful contribution to the patient globally with our innovation and very ethical quality standard of Eisai. In 2013, WHO and SI CEO, they decided to sign an agreement to support the patients suffering from lymphatic filariasis by providing a high quality medicine DEC at zero price. This is the concept of SI, that not only DEC, which is being manufactured at Vizag plant, but also our support for drugs for neglected disease, that is DNDI initiative, are one of the important milestone for the organization and the patients, especially in African regions. We have a good coordination and collaboration with Global Health Innovative Technology Fund, by which we are developing a new medication for the patients suffering from malaria, filaria, dengue, and other neglected disease. So by which we are always there in top 15 access to medicine index and supporting global patients. If we come to SI India sales and marketing operations were started in 2004 in our Mumbai branch, and our medications were directed to central nervous system, oncology, neurodiabetic, and vitamins. In 2007, the decision was made to start research and manufacturing operations. At that time, the intention was that the site selection should be done based on government policies, based on regulatory guidelines, and the logistic and supply chain. Vizag, Visakhapatnam is based in east coast of Bay of Bengal, where the port is huge and we can have sea shipment throughout the world without any hassles. 2009, the SI Pharma Technology Limited started the construction and the operation. And in 2015, there was an amalgamation of our sales and marketing and research and manufacturing operation. And together we call it as a SI Pharmaceutical India Private Limited, the head office where I am sitting right now in Visakhapatnam, southern part of India. This is a bird eye view of our site where you can see a 50 acre of land, a good Japanese culture. Each area is very much separated. It is very unique concept of integrated research and manufacturing site, which was a dream of SI or any Japanese company, but it was proved true in India, in Visakhapatnam, with the help and support of the government policies. And if I am not wrong, this is the first pharmaceutical related export or special economical zone where which we are getting a lot of tax incentive and one window clearance by the government. So this beautiful site, highly skilled manpower in chemistry and pharmaceutical, and a very automated technology by which we can provide the best in class quality medicines to domestic as well as Japanese patient. This is our growth journey, and this growth journey is very important to explain that when we are settled here and how we have grown with the time, with the investment, and with the support of Government of India, Government of Andhra Pradesh, and the relationship between two countries. In 2009, when we started, the investment was little less, but slowly we move on. We started generating profit. We started generating a confidence among patient. We have a confidence from corporate, and with their support, slowly we move on. And in 2019, you can see in 10 years, we have increased more than double. And this was not possible without the support of each and everyone, those who are sitting and listening to this webinar. Thank you for the support from each one of you. You can see that this site is already approved by so many regulatory agencies. without which it is very difficult to supply our targeted medicines. PMDA is known for their stringent quality standard or regulatory standard. We have been inspected couple of times, and without any observation, this site has qualified PMDA approval. We are approved by US FDA, we are approved by Korean FDA, we are approved by UK MHRA. Our research and development is already recognized by Department of Scientific and Industrial Research, and Indian authorities are supporting really very well. So our history from 2010 till 2019 are really very well. 2020, even after COVID-19, we are performing very well. I would like to touch upon some of the important aspects about the government policies and how they are benefiting to SI is the bilateral relationship between India and Japan, and the research and development, which is being core promotional event by Government of India. The 100% FDI, a greenfield project established in Vizag, and by providing a lot of incentives like subsidized land, cost, power incentives, stamp duty, relaxation, and export and import tax incentive. The government is too much encouraging Japan Plus policy, the Japanese culture, SI culture, and the highly skilled research and manufacturing force are making it possible that together we can grow faster and we can invite more and more investment in India. And SI is trying their best to increase this investment to a multifold. When it comes to why SI preferred India, we everyone know that globally the Indian skill is known, the talent is known for the chemistry and pharmaceuticals, and we have a good supply chain and finance team, those who can run the business to a certain level. We are very focused on patient value by enhancing the accessibility and providing the affordable medicine. Government's investor-friendly policies, initiative, availability of infrastructure, strong direct linkage with allied industry, strategic location, and ease of doing business has encouraged SI to make a world-class manufacturing site and world-class high-quality medicines. Integrated manufacturing and research complex, fulfilling the company's long-held ambition to bring teams from across its business together by manufacturing low cost and very high quality API in Andhra Pradesh, India. Make in India is another initiative. We are working on supplying use of indigenous raw materials, high quality generic API for the Japan market, manufacturing and supply of new chemical entities API. We are providing the clinical trial manufacturing API and supporting the global population for clinical trial activities. And this has happened in India with the support of our corporate and lot of investment in India. We are corporate social responsibility sector, and we are supporting the local villages. Recently, we have adopted 4 villages, and our dedication is towards to those villages where most of the population are having impacted with lymphatic filariasis. We are doing the mass drug administration program, supporting government of Andhra Pradesh and government of India by providing the high quality diethyl carbamazine tablet produced at our Vizag plant. We have been awarded, and this is the recognition we have received from different authority based on the work we have done in India. In 2012, this site has received a ISPE award, that is International Society for Pharmaceutical Engineering in project execution category, and first in Asia in 2012. And this beautiful campus was awarded for this. We have received award for global quality appearance. We have been awarded for our operational excellence. In India, we have been awarded by our research and development activity. And in last many years, we are being awarded 4-star and 5-star rating for EHS. And this is being done by the Indian skilled, talented workforce available after the training and development by each one of us. We are certified by Great Place to Work, and you can see that we are supporting the global population with so many activities. So this is overall our understanding, our encouragement by different sector in government, in private sector, so many association in India, in Japan, and the SI corporate office together working to the best of our knowledge, skill and talent, and making India the best place to work. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the organizer for arranging this event.
経済インディアバイザック工場所長エグゼクティブディレクターギリッシュ・ディクティッシュ教師のメイキン・インディア体験の概要をご案内いたします。エーザイは東京に本社を置く日本のイノベーター企業であり、CEO である内藤春夫博士が率いています。エーザイは主要学、神経学、消化器学及び日本市場におけるジェネリック事業に注力しています。エーザイの企業理念は患者とその家族に医療の恩恵を提供することを中心としています。この理念のもと、当社はリンパ系フィラリア症の撲滅のため DEC 錠22億錠を WHO にも無償提供しています。エーザイインディアは2004年に販売及びマーケティング業務を開始、2009年にアンドラプラデシュ州バイザックに研究 API 製剤製造のための複合施設を設立いたしました。その後、2015年に両社が合併し、エーザイファーマセューティカルズインディアプライベートリミテッドとして一つの会社に統合されています。エーザイインディアは医薬品有効成分、API の研究、製造、日本及びインド市場向けの API 研究、API の製造と供給、製剤を支援する新規企業として設立されました。患者のための継続的な取り組みとして、2010年から2019年にかけ多くの投資を行ってきています。エーザイインディアの製造施設は10年間、多くの国際規制当局の認証を受けてきました。当社は政府の政策と日本とインドの入国関係の支援を受け、高品質で手頃な価格の医薬品を提供することにより、世界中の患者のための医療に有意義な貢献をしてまいりました。エーザイは研究、製造、販売、マーケティングを通じ、事業を拡大するためにインドを選びましたが、それは正しい選択でした。メイクインインディアの一環として、エーザイはインド原産の原材料とインド工場を使用し、API の開発、製造及び供給において力強い発展を遂げています。エーザイインディアはヒューマンヘルスケア活動の一環として、リンパ系フィラリア症の撲滅、神経疾患及びがんに対する医療支援のために、アンドラプラデシュ州のさまざまな村で活動を行っています。エーザイインディアの工場は、労働文化、科学、規制、品質、安全なオペレーションなどに関し、多くの賞や評価を授与されています。エーザイインディアは環境、健康、安全への関与の一環として、さまざまな認証を受けています。また、当社はメイクインインディア体験に参加する、失礼いたしました。エーザイインディアがメイクインインディア体験に参加する機会をくださいました。インド政府化学肥料省医薬品局とジェットに御礼を申し上げます。以上です。
続きまして、インド製薬連盟事務局長、スダルシャン・ジャイン様より、製薬業界の将来の成長機会とこれからについてご講演いただきます。Next, I would like to request Mr. Sudarshan Jain, Secretary General, Indian Pharmaceuticals Alliance, to give the presentation on future growth opportunities and way forward for pharma sector.
Thank you very much. It is indeed my pleasure to present to the August gathering His Excellency Ambassador of Japan, Secretary Department of Pharmaceutical Dr. Waghela, Joint Secretary Mr. Rinwa, senior officials of the Government of India, and my fellow leaders of various associations and the delegates. IPA consists of 25 leading organizations in India, which contribute 60% of domestic business and 80% of exports. As all of us know, India is the pharmacy of the world and is recognized for quality, affordable healthcare around the world. The COVID situation posed new challenges, and what I like to talk in this presentation, how all the associations and government work together, that we continue to be strategic partner around the world of supplying dependable medicine. We heard the story of Girish Asai, which is a great story of what India and Japan can work together to advance in world global healthcare agenda. Here is the contribution of the Indian industry over the years. If we see, India is known as the pharmacy of the world. 36% reduction is there in disease-adjusted life years during the period 1990 to now. There has been 100% polio reduction, and this has been a great success story of India, and our health minister, Dr. Harshvardhan, played a very important story as far as eradication of polio from India is concerned. This is a great example of India. If it takes the task, it makes it happen. There has been 4.5 million people who are involved in healthcare in India, and India has been a very important supplier of medicine across the world. Now here we see that India has been contributing 60% of vaccine production around the world and 60% of HIV drugs around the world. 90% of WHO measles supply takes place from India, and there has been significant reduction on HIV cost around the world. If we look, every third tablet in US is sold from India, every fourth tablet in UK is sold from India. So India is the pharmacy of the world, and India is playing a very important role to supply quality, affordable medicines around the world. In this slide, what we see is India has got built chemistry and manufacturing skills over the years, and that's why the contribution of export as well as domestic market is equal in India. There's a great opportunity both in domestic market as well as the global markets because we have built a strong base of manufacturing as far as India is concerned. This slide will give the contribution still, the whole demand in India, as our secretary was talking about, that only 40% of India's population get the benefit of healthcare. Our hospital bed size at the moment, doctors availability is relatively lower. 1.7 doctors per lakh of a population, 0.69 beds as far as India is concerned. But COVID situation has brought this importance that we have to invest increasingly in healthcare. It was pointed out in our presentation as far as the secretary was talking about that we are going to increase our healthcare expenditure from 1.2 to 2.5%, which will open up the market both in acute care as well as chronic care, because India has got the dual burden of disease. As we were talking, average age in India is 28 years. So we have got both old age population as well as young population. So there is a significant opportunity as far as serving the Indian market is concerned. And Ayushman Bharat is one of the great initiatives which has been announced by the government. There will be around 100 million people who will be families which will be covered from this program, which is an example throughout the world. If we see development of Indian industry over the years, and I like to spend some time here, in 1980s, we used to import everything in India. 1980 to 2005, we have built manufacturing capability as far as Indian market is concerned. 2005 to 2019 is the time of globalization. And today we supply to all markets in the world. Our products are available in more than 200 countries around the world. We have got maximum US FDA approved plants, second outside US, and we have got maximum new drug applications which have been approved from India. In fact, this year itself, we got 40% improved drug application, 40% of new drugs which have been approved in US has been from India. Now, what is the agenda for India going forward? One, as has been pointed out in the FDI investment in India, over the years, there has been a tremendous emphasis on corporate governance as far as India is concerned. There is an emphasis on ease of doing business and also improving the innovation index as far as India is concerned. And that's why if you see, we have improved significantly our ranking in ease of doing business. we have significantly improved our ranking as far as innovation index is concerned. And that is the thrust of the pharma industry going forward. API, we have just announced the policy. Mr. Rinwa, Joint Secretary, was talking about that we have announced production-linked incentive scheme, $900 million. We have announced creation of pharma parks. Again, India has the technical know-how, but because of the lack of incentive and because of the competitive pressures from other parts of the world, which were giving a lot of incentives, our API share went down. But we have got all the technological capability to demonstrate that we can serve the world better as far as API is concerned. I would like to talk here about the cooperation which has been there between various industry associations and the government to meet the COVID situation. All of us on 23rd May, when the lockdown was announced, our manufacturing capability was impacted because the workers were not there in the factory. Government announced that pharma sector is an essential sector. And last 2 months, which is a great story, great example, all the associations work together and we work with the government. The Department of Pharmaceuticals have been playing a very important role. And today, if we look around the world, there is no shortage of medicine from India, although there has been some delay in some market in the initial phase when there were issues of supply of API from some parts of the world. But if we see today, we have been able to supply medicines around the world. And thanks to Department of Pharmaceuticals, thanks to all the associations who have worked together to make sure that the medicines are available. And that is the fundamental role which India is playing going forward. This has been the example. Yesterday, we were having a meeting with WHO, as well as our colleagues from America, as well as Europe. And we also were quoted the example of delay in supplies of API to Japan in the initial phase. But we can assure to everyone that everyone in the Indian industry is working together, that we continue to supply medicines around the world and continue to be the pharmacy of the world, because we have got great manufacturing capability, which we have built up over the years. There is a great cooperation between the Indian government and the industry. And our primary job is to make sure that no patient who wants the medicine do not get the medicine. Second example is HCQ. We have been able to supply hydroxychloroquine not only to India, but all parts of the world. And Indian industry, as well as everyone, work together. It was also talked of the concept of Pharma Bureau, which has been created, which is one-point shop as far as attracting investment is concerned, because previously everyone has to go to multiple places. So India is today an ideal destination for investment as far as pharma sector is concerned, because we have got tremendous manufacturing advantage. We have built manufacturing plant of the scale, and we have got talent which is tuned to manufacture products, and we have got the understanding of global market. Having realized this, we have set up an ambitious goal for ourselves. Indian industry has set up an ambitious goal for ourselves. We have done McKinsey study here, and what we say, as Secretary was also pointing it out, that we will continue to be the largest supplier of medicine in the world in next 10 years' time. Today, we are third largest. Our aim is to become the largest volume supplier, because affordable quality medicine is fundamental. That's the first goal which we have set for ourselves. And even in the COVID situation, we have been recording around 9 to 10% growth. And post-COVID, all the plans are being done by the Indian industry. IDMA president is here. Mr. Mahesh Doshi is there. Mr. Reddy, who is Bug Drug president, is there. And OPPI, global organization, all of us are working together to realize this aspiration of more than 10% growth going forward. So we will reach $120 billion in next 10 years' time. Second is, we want to upgrade our value chain. And there is increased investment which is taking place by many of the organizations in India. The increase in expenditure in research has gone up from 4 to 8 to 9%. And we are committed that we will go to complex generic and the newer drugs going forward. Third area is API reliance. We will become self-reliant in API, and the critical issue which is being talked today is the diversified supply chain, which is more important, that we should not depend only on one supply chain. And India can be a great example of diversified supply chain, and there will be companies which will get into this sector. There's advantage in fermentation-based technology, and there's advantage in chemical-based technology. And we will continue to service the world, and we will continue to meet the requirements around the world. And India and Japan can work together. Great example is ISI, And I will see many opportunities coming together where India and Japanese companies work together to service affordable quality healthcare around the world. With this, I'd like to thank once again the organizers, Japanese Embassy, Ms. Mona, she has played a very important role, Mr. Rinwa, and all the officials, both of Japanese Embassy as well as DOP. Thank you very much.
インド医薬品協会事務局長スダルシャン・チェイン様のプレゼンテーションの概要をお伝えいたします。インドはさまざまなワクチンと ARV 薬の世界需要の 60% 以上を供給し、200以上の国へ輸出をしていることから世界の薬局と呼ばれています。米国で販売されている錠剤の3分の1とイギリスで販売されている錠剤の4分の1はインドで製造されたものです。インドの製薬業界はその手頃な価格と高品質のジェネリック医薬品を通して世界の人々の健康向上を促進する上で重要な役割を果たしてきました。製薬業界の規模は410億ドルで輸出国内販売が同程度の貢献をしています。インドには米国外では最も多い600以上の USFDA 承認工場があります。2019年にはインドの製薬会社がアメリカでの新薬承認の約 40% を確保しています。インドの製薬業界は長年にわたり強力な製造力と分析能力を構築してきました。コスト効率の高い医薬品の市場を開拓し、世界中の患者の手頃な価格の医薬品へのニーズに応えてきました。インドは今後5年間で医療への投資を GDP の約 1.2% から 2.5% に引き上げることに注力しています。今後は自主的医療の考え方に基づく API 政策と医療機器に力を入れていきます。さらにインド企業は複雑なジェネリック医薬品や革新的な製品を製造するためにバリューチェーンを拡大しています。インド企業はこれら3つか4つの NME と10件から15件の斬新的なイノベーションに取り組み、イノベーションリーダーとして台頭するでしょう。インドは数量的には最大の市場であり、金銭的にもトップ5に入る市場であると見られています。インドは製品開発、製造、原薬のさらなる推進を通じて世界的市場の拡大に挑んでいます。業界の市場規模は2030年までに1200億から1300億ドル規模に拡大すると予想されています。最後になりますが、本日のウェビナーを主催してくださった在日インド大使館、そして特に、経済担当のモナさんに感謝申し上げたいと思います。以上です。
続きまして、インド医療機器産業協会ラジーフ・ナツ様より、医療機器業界の将来の成長機会とこれからについてご講演いただきます。Next, I would like to request Mr. Rajiv Nath, Association of Indian Medical Device Industry, to give the presentation on future growth opportunities and way forward to medical device sector.
Namaskar, everyone. Good afternoon to my fellow Indians and Kochinawa to my friends in Japan. We are very pleased to be talking to you today about the medical devices, which is the next big story after IT and pharma. So you are aware that the medical device sector in India is mainly import dependent. More than 80 to 90% of our medical devices we are importing, but we also have some exports success stories over here. So the various kinds of products that we make, the consumables, disposables, the electronics, the implants, the IVD and the surgical instruments. For this, we are exporting about $1.8 billion worth of goods. And in terms of imports, we are doing about $5.5 billion worth of goods over here. In Make in India, we've been making some efforts. The 700 to 1,000 companies that they are present in the sector. And we've been able to establish in India some achievements. We've got the Kalam Institute of Healthcare Technology, which was established in Visakhapatnam to make sure that whatever is innovated can be put into commercial use. We also established, in the absence of regulations in the country, and to have a quality culture, the Indian certification for medical devices. This is a voluntary quality management system certification, given by the Quality Council of India. And then in 2017, India introduced the medical device rules as a regulation for the medical device industry. And 23 medical devices were regulated as per these rules until March of this year. Then we've also tried to be affordable to the public and to have ethical marketing, and price controls were established on certain medical devices, for example, stents and knee implants, so that the consumers and the patients would not have to pay very high prices to access them. In addition, the government of Telangana, the government of Andhra Pradesh worked with the industry, understood our issues, and established medical device parks in these places, which you will hear about more of that later on. So as the ecosystem is evolving, you will notice that we've got the Indian Biomedical Skill Consortium, which was established. This is an institute, which is basically a virtual institute whereby 3 associations, the Quality Council of India, IMIT, and the AIMTZ have jointly played a role to establish this so that biomedical engineers can be certified, and even technicians can be certified in various modules as biomedical engineers. To make sure that there is fair marketing in the country and there's traceability, the Department of Consumer Affairs also established the packaging rules, and in effect from 1st of January 2018, all medical device rules or products have to carry the country of origin and the maximum retail price. There have been various education seminars and conferences on building a quality system in the country, making our manufacturers appreciate quality and be quality conscious, and also to have innovation in the country. So what do we have now? We would like to involve the Japanese friends in coming forward and taking part in our growth story. So the current market size in the country is about 1.5 billion yen. And we are inviting approximately 1 billion yen worth of investments that we are targeting over the next few years from various leading countries in the world, whether it's Japan or USA or Europe. But we would definitely prefer from Japan. So we are targeting 1,200 technical collaborations with Indian investors of small sizes to generate about 600 billion plus yen investments. And then 200 joint ventures with overseas foreign investors for, again, having an investment target of 200 plus billion yen. And then we hope that around 50 large MNCs in the world would come and put their factories in India and help the ecosystem going forward by being mother plants. And this will bring in another 200 billion yen. So a total of 1 trillion yen can be invested in the country over the next few years. For Make in India, we have sought various tariff measures, and the government has been supportive to protect the investments of those coming from outside of the country, like you heard from Nipro, and also our own Indian manufacturers. Mostly the custom duties have been 0 or 5% in the past, but in 2016, the custom duties were increased by 2.5% to 7.5%. And more recently, in February this year, on some of the products, a 5% healthcare cess was added so that the collections on the duties could be channelized into building the public healthcare infrastructure. Now we are seeking that the custom duties, if they could be established with a export linked or a international compatibility linked package. So when you are able to make more or export more, so the investment of the foreign companies coming into the country, their investments are protected, then the custom duties may possibly be increased in a staged manner from 10 to 15%. In order to also give an incentive to those coming forward to India, for example, the Japanese investors, the government has given an incentive of a Make in India preferential purchase incentive. So if anybody makes the product in India, The company who has made the product in India, it may be a foreign company, a Japanese company making in India. But then if the competition, for example, is China or Chinese import, the Indian company can match the lowest price in the tender and still have half the business. Going forward, we are seeking that this may finally be enhanced to be made more profitable for more quality conscious companies who are giving definitely a higher quality and may not always be finding it remunerative to match the settlement price, and to give them a 15% or some price benefit as preferential pricing permissible in WTO and also in financial rules. To address the issue of patient safety and quality, like you have in Japan, the PMDA, now all medical devices are regulated under the Drugs Act with effect from 1st of April this year. But this is being done under the medical device rules. However, the Act applied is still of the medicines. So we are already having a situation whereby a separate act has been drafted by the Niti Aayog, and this is under discussions, so that in due course of time, all the kinds of devices that we are making will be migrated to this new regulatory framework. We look forward to having the Japanese friends come to India. Just to give you a little bit of background, my own company, Hindustan Syringes and Medical Devices, was the very first factory as a medical device company established between a Japanese company and an Indian company. I have myself been going to Japan since 1987 and very much enjoy our culture and food and technologies that we have from there. We wish to work with you. We wish you to be our teachers, and we wish to grow jointly with you. Thank you very much. おはようございます。
インド医療機器産業協会ラジーブナート様によるプレゼンテーションのサマリーを申し上げます。当協会は消費財、ディスポーザブル製品、機器、器具、インプラント、電子機器、診断機器を含むすべての種類の医療機器を網羅する全国350カ所以上の医療機器メーカーが属する協会です。インドは2019年に5440億円相当の医療機器を輸入し、1780億円の医療機器を輸出しています。小売と機関への販売市場規模は1500億円を超えています。インドの医療機器分野には1兆円以上の投資可能性があり、IMET におきましては会員企業を代表して日本の専門性の高い医療機器メーカーの皆さんにはぜひ高度な技術を教えていただき、ジョイントベンチャーとしてまた 100% 子会社への投資を通じて私たちの未来の技術連携パートナーになっていただきたいと考えています。インドの製造業者はほとんどが真面目で誠実で、ビジネスのコミットメントと関係をとても大切にしています。インドの製造事業者は通常自分たちの業者やビジネス契約を尊重し、設計図面、寛容性や知的財産権を尊重しています。また私たちはインドのメーカーが責任感を持って製造し、公正で倫理的な方法で販売することを奨励しています。インド政府はインドの製造業が競争上の優位性を獲得するための措置を講じており、IMET はこの目標に向けて政府を導いています。同時にインドの海外の投資家の投資を特に初期の段階において保護し、育成していきます。さらに投資家にとっての事業性を確保しながら、顧客高品質で安全な医療機器を手頃な価格で入手できるように努めています。以上です。
ここからインドの4つの州政府より各州の投資機会についてご講演いただきます。まず、グジャラート州政府産業上席次官 MK ダス様よりグジャラートでの投資機会についてご講演いただきます。Now I would like to request 4 states to introduce their investment opportunities. We are running behind the schedule, so I request panelists to conclude the presentation within 3 to 5 minutes. First, I would like to request Mr. M.K. Das, Principal Secretary, Industries Government of Gujarat, to give the presentation on investment opportunities in Gujarat.
Konnichiwa. Good afternoon. Watashi wa Monodas desu. I'm M.K. Das here. Gujarat and Japan have had good relationship ever since Honorable Prime Minister of Japan visited Gujarat, and we had number of MOUs in 2017. I am happy to announce that I was part of that ceremony, and we entered into 18 MOUs. And all the MOUs have fructified, and we have got running and active factories in Gujarat, generating a lot of wealth and employment. Next slide. Yeah. Next. Gujarat is one of the most industrialized state of India with 8% GDP. Our GDP is rising very fast. So we are the fastest growing state over the last 10 years in India. We account for 21% of exports, and we are first in the rank of logistic ease across the different sectors. Logistics sector, we are quite well. We are accounting almost 17% of industrial output in the country, and that is how we are number one in industrial output also. Gujarat has seen a tremendous increase in FDI last year. It almost went up by 4 to 5 times in one given year. And it was driven by our policies and reforms. Our Honorable Chief Minister has taken upon himself the initiative of ease on every front, whether it is land allocation, labor laws, financial sector, industrial peace. We have undertaken number of initiatives for ease of operation. For the new companies coming, we have exempted all laws for 1200 days. We have appointed a dedicated nodal officer for Japanese company coming here. We have got a Japan desk in our indexed BN government. We have also appointed a nodal officer for all the industries coming here. And I'm happy to tell you that yesterday only, one Japanese company decided to invest in Gujarat, and that is almost 800 crore rupees, and that will be almost 15 billion yen. It will equivalent to 15 billion yen. We have come up with an ordinance. A large number of SME wants to come to Gujarat from Japan. I had been to Japan 3-4 times in the last 2 or 3 years, and I have interacted with people there. So we have come up with an ordinance that SME company will not need any approval for the first 3 years. They can come and start operation and take approvals later on, whatever approval required. We have made a land bank for easy allocation of land. Land has been an issue. When I went to Japan, they have told me. So we have made land bank, which is GIS based, and sufficient quantity of land is available. And we have got a special park for Japanese company alone in Sanand, or they call Kuras. We have got and this company is going to come there only. We have got fast track exit mode also. Then we have got IFP for large company or even other company also. We have got investment facility center. And here people are getting large approvals online without coming to India also. In past, almost 4 lakh or 400,000 approvals have been given in last 3 years alone. We have got almost 125 Japanese company here, and investment, as you can see, has really risen ever since the Honorable Prime Minister of Japan visited Gujarat from $100 million to $2 billion plus US. It is ever increasing. Suzuki has entered into an MOU whereby they have told us that they will invest $7 billion in coming years alone. The company, we can see all big names are there, and they had wonderful experience also. Suzuki, Honda, they could start operation in 2 years or less than that. But they decided to come to India. They could start production in 2 years only. Gujarat is the leader in the pharma sector also. We are in generic drugs, integrated vaccines, DA products, cytotoxic drugs, etc. Our costs are very comparable. This is the most important thing. Our costs are very low, and we are very much ahead of others in this. Our cost is 1/3 of the cost in Europe and US. 53% of India's medical devices are being manufactured here in Gujarat. We have got 40% of India's pharma machinery is being manufactured in Gujarat only. What they say that every 6th drug in US is from India or Gujarat. I mean, the large number of them from Gujarat only. India's contract research and contracted manufacturing organization, we have got 40%, and we account for 19% of India's bulk drug exports. The industry turnover is more than $75 billion. We have got more than 4,550 licensed vendors. and pharma output production 33%. So number wise, and we have got number of companies who are world players and who are Gujarati company only. Torrent, Zydus, Cadila, Gladys, most of them are Gujarat-based company only, but they have global presence, global footprint, and they are doing quite well and having good name worldwide. Then we have got infrastructure also for medical devices part. I am happy to state that our Waghela Sahab, Principal Secretary to Government of India, has been kind enough to approve 2 different parks. One park is for medical device, and one park is for pharma. So these parks will be very useful for investment. This will be a state of art and very modern. All common facilities will be available. The greenfield project. Apart from that, we have got Japanese industrial estate in Sanand, where I talked. Apart from the earlier region, which is now filled up with 125 big Japanese companies already filled up. Beyond that, we have got 2 Japanese estates. There are plus we have got pharma park and this medical device park in different part of Gujarat. Gujarat has a skill level, excellent air, rail, road connectivity. We focus on R&D. The power quality is also very good. Not only power supply, but power quality is very good. Our government is very much pro-investment. It is most business-friendly state in the country where we have constant dialogue with the various stakeholders of the industry. Labor laws are very flexible, and we are making it more flexible. Our chief minister has taken upon, I already told, number of reforms have been there, and we are in discussion with all the companies all the time. And in this, during lockdown also, during this COVID time also, many companies are producing today. Suzuki also have started their production, and many other companies are doing quite well, and we are in touch with them, and they are quite happy with our relationship there. We not only welcome you, but keep relationship lifelong. Till the project is here, we keep supporting, we keep interacting, and keep resolving problems. Our policies are very much, user friendly. We have got good packages for incentive and taxation related benefits. And after GST has come, and government has already introduced lower tax on what tax? Corporate tax. So that is also going to benefit all of us in a quite big way. The skilled manpower is also a big plus here. And I can see the Japanese company, some of them are here. They have been very happy, and we have got very good feedback from owner of Suzuki. And I'm happy to tell you, Jetro has a big office in Ahmedabad, almost as big as that in Delhi. It shows how much interaction we have got with Japan and Japanese company. We assure you on behalf of our Chief Minister that Gujarat is there to support the company from Japan. We are very happy with Japanese company with their presence here, and we will make a situation where we both will win-win. We call win-win situation. Not only Japanese company will win, we will get employment. It will be mutual interest, and we will. They have been our partners. They have supported in the high-speed train between Mumbai and Delhi. They are supporting our metro also. There's number of companies have come here. We have got 1,000 crore rupees loan from JICA, and that we have utilized partly in investing in Japan specific projects. So I welcome all of you, and I hope that leading company in pharma will come here. We'll also, in case you want to come alone, you are welcome. In case you want to have joint venture, also you are welcome here. Because we have got global players, we are ready to do joint ventures. We can have good matchmaking also. Thank you.
グジャラート州政府産業担当次官 MK ダス様によるプレゼンテーションの要約をお伝えいたします。日本とグジャラートは州内にジョテロのビジネスサポートセンターがアーメダバードに設立されたり、日本式ものづくり学校が設立されるなど長期的なパートナーシップを有しております。グジャラート州政府は積極的で安定した州政府であり、ビジネスのしやすさの向上に注力しております。グジャラート州産業開発公社内にジャパンディスクを開設、日本人投資家をきめ細かく支援を行っております。その結果、日本からのグジャラートの直接海外投資は数年間で大幅に拡大しており、現在州内では125社以上の日本企業が創業しております。また同州はインドの薬品分野において主導的な州であります。産業は成長過程にございまして、州内には WHO の製造品質管理基準 GMP 認証を受けた製造施設が750カ所以上、またアメリカ FDA の認証を受けた製造施設が130カ所以上 存在しております。現在、州内には大塚製薬やカディラ、サンファーマ、アルベミック、トレント、クラリス、アンニールといった主要医薬品メーカーが進出操業しております。また、州内にはすぐに事業が開始できる状態となっている医療機器、医薬品専用インフラがあり、また、バイオテクノロジー経済特区も5カ所開設されております。さらに、2カ所の日本企業専用産業団地が揃っています。さらに、同州には、労働力や優れた接続性、研究開発の重視、イノベーション、安定した電気供給、投資家に優しい政策、柔軟性のある労働法など、生産に必要な要素が揃っています。魅力的なインセンティブや優遇策を用意しております。州政府ですが、同州に進出した日本企業、また海外企業の多くはグジャラートにおける事業に満足を示し、また州内の事業拡大に強い関心を抱いております。以上です。
Second, I would like to request Mr. Hansraj Sharma, Additional Chief Secretary, Industries Government of Himachal Pradesh, to give the presentation on investment opportunity in Himachal Pradesh.
Thanks, everyone. Respected Secretary Pharma, senior officers of Government of India, Mr. Verma, Honorable Ambassador of India to Japan, and captains of the industry, ladies and gentlemen. I am honored to be part of this webinar. I am Hansraj Sharma, Director of Industries in the northern state of Himachal Pradesh, which is progressive and though small, but has very good indicators, whether it's demographic indicator or social indicator or HDI index, etc. We are power surplus state, and we have 100% electrified villages. That's there, and we are the fruit bowl of India. From June onward till December, our apple is present every year, and it reminds of the Himachal Pradesh. As far as the industry is concerned, we have around 55,000 industrial units with around investment of $7,000 million US, employing around 500,000 persons in the state. But 99%, 98 to 99% of the industry are in MSME sector. When coming to the pharma, we are the largest pharma hub in the country, and with investment of around $1,055 million US, and basically the annual consumption of the bulk drugs, the APIs in this sector is to the tune of more than 3,000 million US. As far as the quality side is concerned, we have the 15 US FDA approved units and more than about 180 WHO GMP approved units in the state. Then, as far as export is concerned, we are exporting around pharma products around $700 million US from the country, and its share is around 7 to 8% of the country's export in pharma sector. For state, it's around in the farm from the out of state export, it's around 48% from contribution from pharma sector. When you come to the pharma, you name any company of the world, and it has presence in Himachal Pradesh. Some of the names are mentioned here. Then coming to the bulk drug, actually, we are pursuing the proposal of the bulk drug park with Government of India very aggressively. In principle, approval has been given in Bombay for the establishment of bulk drug park, and we have identified around 430 acres of land. The situation is just around 1 hour drive from international airport at Chandigarh, and it's about 10 to 14 kilometers from the nearest railway station. And the USPs of the state, we have the cheap and affordable power and low land rates, and the marketing, because about 700 units are situated in the nearby area. There will be no marketing problem for the bulk drugs produced in the state. Additionally, we have the social infrastructure. We have the in and around 5 universities in that area within 20-30 kilometers, and labor hostels, and upcoming pharma testing lab, which will be operated in just combination with NIPER in the under expertise of NIPER Wali. And additionally, the most important factor which is not available in this slide, but we have the scheme for industrial investment policy under Government of India, where there is incentive or subsidy to the tune of around 30% of plant and machinery with maximum of rupees 5 crore. This scheme is continuing till 31st March 2022, and it's implemented in the state. Additionally, we have last year only pronounced the new industrial policy, and under which there are very, very attractive incentive. The fixed incentive like that of the low land cost, and then stamp duty rebate, etc. But the recurring incentive, the most important is that there is a reimbursement of the state GST to the tune of 50 to 90% for 7 years. That's the big incentive for any unit which can come here. And we are known for the transparent administration and very effective administration. Being a small state with only 7 million population, it's very, very effective, and that's why our industrial growth, basically manufacturing growth in recent years, is more than 12% per annum. That speaks volume about our commitment for improving the industrial investment. As far as we have also mentioned about the one study, if the bulk drug, some farmers are there, companies are coming, they will not only benefit themselves, but also our pharma industry will be benefited to the tune of around 20% in cost wise. We already have 3 units of bulk drug. The Morpen laboratories have license for producing 12 chemicals, including the atorvastatin, and we have the Fanta Pharma, which is producing the vitamin B3. At this juncture, we can only afford that. We can only offer that we are the transparent administration. We are very, very effective and in implementing our policies, and we have the good attractive incentives like subsidy, and for 5 years the insurance premium reimbursement, etc. Additionally, for MSME, we have passed the act where the self-certification is sufficient. They don't have to move from one place to another or one office to another for approvals. That is our ESCB. I welcome every company for investment in Himachal Pradesh, and I hope that my presentation will be useful for them. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone for giving me the opportunity.
ヒマチャルプラデシュ州州政府産業担当次官のハンスランジ・シャルマ様によりますプレゼンテーションの概要をお伝えいたします。ヒマチャルプラデシュ州はリンゴセスといった巨大市場に非常に近い場所にあります。また、このヒマチャルプラデシュ州ですが、農業州としての需要版だけでもなく、医薬品産業のサイズでも注目を集めるところでございます。州内には7700の製薬工場がございます。また、州内にはさらにその中の15の施設が USFDA 認証を受け、180の商業施設が WHO の認証を受けております。インド最大の医薬品ハブとなっておりまして、インドの医薬品の3分の1以上が同州で製造されたものです。また、同州の電気や土地代が非常に安いことから、製造コストの削減、大幅削減が見込まれております。インド国内に拠点を設けることで最大 20% の費用削減が可能になると思われております。医薬品原薬のパークの提案などもされておりまして、それにまた州政府や中央政府によりますさまざまなインセンティブのおかげで、ドクター・レディスやジョンソン・ジョンソンといった世界的企業が同州には進出して拠点を構えております。皆様からの同州にヒマチャルプラデシュに対する投資をお待ちしております。何かわからないことがございましたらばお気軽にお寄せください。以上です。
Third, I would like to request Ms. Neera Mahanam, Secretary, Industry and Health Government of Goa, to give the presentation on investment opportunities in Goa.
A very good afternoon to all the dignitaries attending this webinar, both from India as well as in Japan. I would like to run through some of the salient points regarding why Goa looks forward to investments from Japan and what is it that the small state on the western coast of India has to offer to Japanese companies. A few pointers to begin with. Goa has a gross state domestic product, which is growing at a rate of 13%, which is more than the national average. We are the fourth largest pharma producer in the country. We have always been a traditionally recognized and acknowledged pharma hub. About 12% of India's exports of pharmaceuticals is accounted for by Goa. And out of all the manufacturing of pharmaceuticals that we do in Goa, 70% is exported. Our exports account for as much as 1.58 billion US dollars, and the export plus domestic market accounts for 2.24 billion US dollars. We are a coastal state. We have a seafront as well as very robust waterways, inland waterways. In fact, the inland waterways of Goa, 6 rivers have been identified as part of the National Waterways Network. We also have a very robust policy to encourage industrial investments and the development and establishment of industries. We have 23 designated industrial estates. Though we are a small state, we have 23 industrial estates which have been dedicated and set aside for the development of industry of various sectors. And we have quite a lot of land on offer as well across these 23 industrial estates. We have as much as 24 lakh square meters of land on offer, out of which 12 lakh square meters have also been kept apart and aside for the pharmaceutical and medical devices manufacturing industry. Our population is one of the most literate populations in the country, and we have very good human development indicators. Goa is always the first amongst the first 3 to 5 states of the country, whichever human development index is taken into account. We also have a very assured and regular power supply. Moving on to certain other points, which I would like to highlight as the USP of Goa, as to why companies should invest in Goa. We have been doing very well in terms of developing our traditional strengths. And as I've already mentioned, pharmaceuticals is a traditional sector here in Goa. We have the presence of many global companies in Goa. Just to run through the figures, we have about 63 manufacturers of allopathic medicines, and we have large volume parenterals, around 6 manufacturing units. We have the presence of global MNCs like Zydus Cadila, Cipla, Abbott, Unichem, Sanofi, Pfizer, Lupin, Glenmark, etc. So Goa has always been acknowledged as one of the...
Please move your slides.
Yes. So we have the presence of many global leading MNCs, as is shown on the slide, and we've had very good experiences and interactions with the members of the pharmaceutical industry that have been operating in Goa. We have also, in the recent past, taken a lot of initiatives to develop Goa as a skilling and education hub. The skilling hub, go to the previous slide, please. The skilling hub concept is based on certain synergies that we have evolved between academia and industry. We have the presence of the National Institute of Technology here in Goa. We have the presence of IIT Goa, which has now newly been given a permanent campus. We have the presence
Goa
of...
not moving. Can the slides move?
Sir, this is a slide which I'm currently presenting. Why invest in...
No, your slide has not moved at all.
On our screen, it's the first slide from the beginning only. Slide number 1.
Yes, sir.
In Japan also, in Japan.
Sir, is it better now? Has the slide moved?
Hello?
No, it's not moving.
Can you see
you need to do slideshow.
Okay. Just please. It is on slideshow mode, it seems. It's already on slideshow mode. We'll give me precisely 1 moment while the team is exiting and putting it on the mode again. We were already on slideshow.
Moving now. Now it's moving.
It's moving now. Thanks a lot. I'll just go back to, please go back to the previous slide. Yes, I've been talking about the points that constitute the USP for Goa. apart from the points that I already mentioned, this is actually the most relevant slide that I would like to focus upon. Why invest in Goa? So as I was mentioning, we have been planning of late to develop Goa into an education cum skill development hub for the country. We have a lot of synergy between academia and industry because we have the presence of premier institutes, national level institutes like IIT, NIT, BITS, etc. here in Goa, which have their permanent campuses. And we also have the oldest pharmaceutical college in Asia, the Goa Pharmaceutical College. Therefore, we have a lot of skilled manpower, and especially in the sector of pharmaceuticals and medical devices. I think we definitely are looking forward to opportunities to harness this strength that we have, and we look forward to developing this even further. In fact, we also plan to have a skill development hub, and we are in partnership with a number of universities across the globe when it comes to the health sector. We have been concentrating always on the health sector here in Goa. We have a very well developed infrastructure going right from the primary to the secondary to the tertiary level of healthcare. Our recent initiatives in healthcare include the setting up of a super specialty hospital and a tertiary cancer care hospital, which are currently under construction at advanced stages. We have tie-ups with the University of Miami and the Yale Health Institute for developing further potential in the sector of medical research and medical device manufacturing. Goa has a very good quality of life because of the fact that we have a very we have a very good quality of life because of the fact that we have a very a naturally endowed location, as I mentioned, along the west coast of India with a seafront. We have in the recent years made a number of initiatives to make investor-friendly policies and to make the government proactive with measures put in place for ease of doing business. In this connection, I would like to highlight
Neeraji, it's again
that
the
we
slide.
have, yes.
We are only able to see slide number 4. Are you on slide 4?
No, right now we're on 6.
Sir, we are on slide number 6, the slide with a black background. I hope that's visible, sir.
Yeah, whatever on main screen, we are only able to see slide 4 with all slides showing in the left side. So I don't think it is in the slide
my team is resolving that, sir. In the meanwhile, I'll continue, sir, so that we save time. My team is resolving that. What I've been mentioning, sir, right now, and for the benefit of all our panelists as well as participants, is that Goa has been taking a number of investor-friendly initiatives to ensure that there is a lot of ease of doing business. We have the Directorate of Industries, Trade and Commerce, and we have a Goa Investment Promotion and Facilitation Board. This board, the Goa Investment Promotion and Facilitation Board, is practically a single window for giving all necessary permissions and approvals for industries, units which would like to set shop here in Goa. We have the Goa Industrial Development Corporation, which is a custodian of the industrial estates. Through a proper synergy between these three hubs, we are able to ensure that all industrial projects which are interested in setting shop here in Goa are able to go ahead seamlessly and get their approvals, their permissions, as well as all the licenses that they need as quickly as possible. And in the recent past, we have been able to attract a lot of potential for investment here to the state of Goa. I would conclude by welcoming all our Japanese partners who are attending the seminar to consider Goa as a possible destination for investment. This last slide shows the Goa investment policy, the salient features of the Goa investment policy, and what are the things that we have on offer. It's precisely what I've already described. So with these words, I would like to conclude. Thanks a lot for this opportunity.
Hoshino-san, please unmute.
Sorry. 欧州政府ヘルスケア担当次官ニラ・マハナン様のプレゼンテーションの概要を申し上げます。ゴア州にはインド第4位の規模を持つ製薬ハブがあり、スノフィーやサンファーマ、ルピー、シーメンスといった主要ヘルスケア企業が拠点を構えています。経済成長の著しい州で、国内平均より高い年平均 13% の成長率を記録しています。州内には空港やモルムゴア空港に隣接し、鉄道アクセスにも優れた240万平方メートルの事業用地があります。ゴア州内の電気使用量は国内で最も低く抑えられており、生産活動に適した環境が整っています。アジア最古の医療大学もあり、 人材育成体制も整っています。州政府としても産業活動の強化やビジネスのしやすさの改善に向け産業界の要望を反映したさまざまな政策を導入しています。マハラシュトラ州やカルナタカ州といった大型消費者市場にも近接し、まだ製薬輸出のサプライチェーンも発達しております。日系企業の皆様の進出先として、ぜひご検討いただければと思います。以上です。
Lastly, I would like to request Mr. Jayesh Ranjan, Principal Secretary, Industries Government of Telangana, to give the presentation on investment opportunities in Telangana. Mr. Jayesh.
Mr. Jayesh, please unmute. Mr. Jayesh Ranjan, please unmute.
Yes, sorry about it. Hi, this is Jayesh Ranjan. I am the Principal Secretary from the state of Telangana and our capital city of Hyderabad. And I'm very happy that you have chosen to keep the best for the last. Hyderabad is the oldest life sciences ecosystem of our country. In fact, the ecosystem is now more than 5 decades old. And this is also one of the world's most renowned ecosystem. In fact, many of you will be amazed to know that the Hyderabad ecosystem, all the life sciences and the biotech companies together produce 1/3 of the global vaccines. Not the biggest in India, not the biggest in Asia, but the third biggest but the biggest in the whole world. Similarly, we have a large number of, in fact, 800 plus life sciences companies, which includes bulk drugs, formulations, APIs. We produce 40% of the country's pharma production and 50% of the bulk drug exports. And as I said, because this is an old ecosystem and also the biggest ecosystem, we have today companies from 18 different countries who are part of this ecosystem. So I feel very proud to share all this statistic with you. We have a number of Japanese businesses also, as you can see on this slide. We have Tokyo Chemical Industries, we have Hitachi, we have Toshiba, and so on and so forth. And we'll be very happy to provide home to more number of Japanese companies also. Apart from the...
Move your slides.
Yes, please. Apart from the physical infrastructure and the industrial ecosystem, we also provide a very strong social infrastructure. We are considered to be the best state in the country for ease of doing business. In fact, we have a law in Telangana which is called TS-IPAS, and under this law, companies are permitted to start the physical construction of their industries right on day one. They do not require any approval, any permission. All approvals and permissions are guaranteed when they are ready to begin their commercial production. And these are provided to them in 15 days flat. The government also takes complete responsibility at our own cost of providing the manpower that is required by the industries. And as other state representatives pointed out, we also have a very competitive package, a very attractive package of incentives. And one very remarkable thing is that we have noticed this in the last 5 years, that you can see lots of companies at the bottom of this list. Most of them are top of the line global companies, and they have not only invested once in Hyderabad and Telangana, they have made multiple investments. So this is something which we feel very, very proud about. We have started a very ambitious project of developing a dedicated industrial park for life sciences. We already have what is called the Genome Valley, which is where we have more than 200 plus companies. But to ensure that we provide good quality infrastructure to the ones who are going to come now. We are in the process of setting up the world's largest pharma cluster spread over 19,000 acres. And I would like to re-emphasize this. This will be the world's largest cluster. Not, as I said, the largest in India, not the largest in Asia, but the biggest in the world. This will support all facilities for manufacturing and R&D. And I'm very glad that the representative from the Traders Association mentioned that there should be an integrated API manufacturing cluster which will ensure uninterrupted production and supply of APIs. So our Pharmacity is aimed at doing exactly this. And we'll be very happy to partner with the JTA, the Japan Traders Association, to ensure faster clearances, priority consignment, shipping. And we would also like to offer space to them free of cost in this industrial park. And all the clearances which are required at the national level or at the state level, these have already been obtained for this particular park. We also have regulatory offices as a part of the cluster for US FDA, for PMDA, for EMA, MHRA, etc., etc. We have the investment potential of 9.7 billion and potential to create employment in hundreds of thousands. This will not be the biggest, but one of the best integrated pharma clusters. And this is some of the images. And earlier when Government of India senior officers spoke about the national programs that they're rolling out for API manufacturing, this particular park, the Hyderabad Pharmacity, is the front runner in this regard. I would also like to share with you that while we are synonymous with life sciences, we have also started focusing on medical devices, and the country's largest medical device park is also located in Hyderabad. More than 25 companies have set up their units in this park with focus on innovation and manufacturing using emerging technologies. In fact, this image which you can see on the slide is that of a company which will be producing Asia's largest minimally invasive coronary stent manufacturing facility. This particular park is very strategically located, very close to Hyderabad Airport. Hyderabad, incidentally, has been identified as the best Indian city in terms of quality of living. And lots of common facilities are available in this park for industries, including biocompatibility, biomaterial testing, electric safety and reliability testing, radiation testing, warehousing, scale-up infrastructure, gamma sterilization, etc. This park has the potential of an investment of $330 million. And as I said, 25 players have already set shop, and we'll be very happy to support others. We have been visiting Tokyo every year for the last 4 years, and we had very fruitful meetings with the Traders Association in the past. We had also met JFMDA representatives earlier. We saw the presentation from the Indian representative of ASI. We had met their senior leadership. In fact, we were instrumental. Telangana was and Andhra Pradesh were one state till 5 years ago. And we only were instrumental in helping them set that great facility in Visakhapatnam. So our proven track record should be something which all of the participants here, the Japanese companies, the Indian companies, should really benefit from. Our contact details are provided on this slide. We have a full-fledged life sciences wing in our government, headed by a professional from who has a very deep understanding of the life sciences ecosystem. And we are always available to help and guide and facilitate and answer your further queries and clarifications. So do check us out whenever you take a decision to move into India. Thank you very much.
テランガナ州政府産業担当首席次官ジェイシュ・ランジャン様によるプレゼンテーションの要約をお伝えいたします。テランガナ州は古くから医療関連産業が盛んな州でございます。中でも特にハイデラバードには医療関連企業が多く集積しております。現在、州内では800社日系や外国企業、800社以上の製薬企業やバイオテック企業が創業しております。また、州内では ハイデラバードでは世界におけるワクチンのうち3分の1が製造されております。テランガナ州では TSI パスプログラムという独自のプログラムを実施、州内のビジネスのしやすさを査定する取り組みを行っております。また、医療産業がもともと盛んな地であることから、ハイデラバードファーモシティという新しい産業団地の構築にも取り組んでいます。こちらには、先ほど JPTA の藤川様からインド国内に API クラスターを形成するべきだというお話がございましたが、まさに私どもがやっているのが、その藤川様がおっしゃっていた国内 API クラスターの構築でございます。この施設には道路や水道、電力、工業用温水、冷水、IT ネットワークやデジタルプラットフォームといった最先端設備を備えており、また居住区や社会インフラなども整備しており、すぐにでも入居できるような形で開発を進めております。また、このファーマシティ以外にもですね、医療機器産業団地の構築、取り組みを始めております。すでに国内には25社が入居している医療機器産業団地が構築されております。この医療機器産業団地は戦略的地にございまして、つい最近、暮らしの質という面でベストな都市で、最高の都市に選出されましたハイデラバードでも近接しております。共用施設の中には、倉庫や生態適合性センター、あと適合性試験センターやガンマ照射線施設などが併設されており、すでに25社が入居しているというふうに申し上げましたが、他の区画も空いております。日系企業の皆様のお問い合わせ、また入居をお待ちしております。私どもテランガナ州は過去4年間にわたり毎年日本を訪問しておりまして、医療関係の産業団体の皆様とすでにパイプを構築しております。ハイデラバード、またはテランガナ州に進出をご検討くださる日本系企業の皆様には直接私どもの方から支援をさせていただきたく存じますので、お気軽にご要望をお寄せください。以上です。
ここで質疑応答ですが、時間が押しているため割愛させていただきます。なお、本日の資料はすべてインド大使館より参加者の皆様にはメールでお送りさせていただいておりますが、もし届いていない場合はインド大使館までご連絡くださいませ。We are running behind the schedule, so we will skip the Q&A session. We believe that participants have received all the presentations today. In case you haven't received it, kindly inquiry Embassy of India, Tokyo through email. So finally, I would like to request Mr. Navdeep Limbar, Joint Secretary, Department of Pharmaceutical, Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers, Government of India to sum up and give the vote of thanks.
Thank you very much. Our video is off, I think, from the host. If it could be started. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear your voice.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. We thank our embassy in Tokyo for organizing this wonderful webinar, very successful webinar. I thank our Ambassador Excellency Sanjay Verma ji, our Secretary, Department of Pharmaceuticals, Dr. P.D. Vaghela ji, AC, Principal Secretary Industries Telangana, Secretary Health Goa, Principal Secretary Industries Gujarat, and Director Industries Himachal Pradesh for participating in this webinar, and especially our associations, both Japanese Pharmaceutical Traders Association, Japanese Federation of Medical Devices Associations, and all the Indian associations, Indian Pharmaceutical Alliance, Indian Drug Manufacturers Association, Bulk Drug Manufacturers Association, and IMED. And both the companies, Japanese companies, ISAI and Nipro, which are working in India. And we hope that this webinar would be a good beginning, and all the companies, Indian companies as well as Japanese companies which are on the listening mode in this webinar would come together and make use of the excellent opportunity that has come our way. We have come with 4 new schemes which we explained, and as the 4 states also presented, the states are also giving a lot of incentives to the medical devices companies as well as the pharmaceutical companies. And there are other states also which could not take part in the webinar because of paucity of time. We hope that we can continue with this wonderful initiative that has been started. And I again thanks our embassy official, Mona Kandarji, who has really worked very hard to make this webinar a great success. Thank you everyone who has participated in this webinar. And I would once again reiterate that the Pharma Bureau that we have started in the Department of Pharmaceuticals will be sharing the contact details through our embassy with all the participants. We have the email and contact number that we'll share. So any company which is interested in investing in India in these sectors could take help of Pharma Bureau for handholding. Thank you very much.
インド政府化学肥料庁次官補、ナブディープ・リーマ様のご挨拶の予約をお伝えいたします。本日のウェビナーに皆様ご参加いただきまして、誠にありがとうございます。インド大使館に関しましては、このような素晴らしいウェビナーを開催いただいたことに感謝申し上げたいと思います。そしてご参加いただきました各州の次官、首席次官、そして産業担当次官の皆様、日本薬業貿易協会藤川様、日本医療機器産業連合会の石井様、そして IMED、IPA、そしてエーザイニプロの皆様、そして各両国の関連産業、そして関連企業の皆様、本日のウェビナーが新しい交流の輪の始まりとなり、また次のステップへの入り口になればというふうに願っております。先ほど、中央政府、州政府それぞれに製薬産業、また医療機器産業向けの優遇策を導入しております。この機会に退院投資をご検討いただきたく存じます。私どもの、医療機品局の中にですね、日本人、退院投資の支援を行うデスクを設置しております。連絡先は在日のインド大使館の方からご案内させていただきます。最後になりましたが、この本日のウェビナーの開催を強力に経営してくださいました在日インド大使館のモナカンダール公使に感謝申し上げます。そして参加者の皆様、本日はお時間をいただき誠にありがとうございました。以上です。
以上をもちまして、本日のウェビセミナーは終了とさせていただきます。長時間にわたりお付き合いいただきまして、誠にありがとうございました。なお、ここからオンラインネットワーキングは、インベストインディアのシーラトさんにモデレーターとして進行させていただきます。Thank you for your participation today. Now, I would like to request Ms. Sheerat, Invest India, to moderate this online networking session.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I am Seerat Kohli from the Japan Plus desk at Invest India. Invest India is the national investment promotion and facilitation agency. We have set up a specialized desk called the Japan Plus desk to facilitate investments and handhold investors from Japan. We provide end-to-end services right from business assessment, location advisory, policy advocacy, familiarization of the states, issue resolution to aftercare. We would like to thank the Embassy of India and the Department of Pharmaceuticals, all the panelists and participants for executing this wonderful webinar today. We have received requests from companies in attendance today for networking sessions. Some of the Indian medical devices companies present here today are Merrill Life Sciences Private Limited, TransAsia Biomedicals Limited, Trivitron Healthcare Private Limited, Hindustan Syringes and Medical Devices, Sahaj Anand Medical Technologies, Kanam Latex Industries Private Limited, Healthium MedTech, Alengers Medical Systems, Apasami Associates, J. Mitra & Co. We have medical devices companies from Japan as well, Urbis Engineering, Fuji Systems, Kenko Corporation, Olympus Corporation, Sakura Seiki, Shimadzu Corporation, Hitachi, and Technowood Corporation. We have Indian pharmaceutical companies here with us as well, including Emcure, Wockhardt, Panacea Biotech, Cadila Pharma, Cadila Healthcare, Mankind, Abbott, Sun Pharma, IPCA, and the Indian Drugs Manufacturers Association as well. From Japan, we have pharmaceutical companies such as Astellas Pharma, DFE Pharma, Mitsubishi Tanabe Pharma Corporation, Nagase & Co., Neo Pharma Japan, Shionogi Pharma, and Summit Pharmaceuticals International. I would like to inform all the participants that the chat box is now open for networking. For meetings with the government at the central or state level, we encourage you to get in touch with us and the Embassy of India, Tokyo, to assist you with these meetings. Thank you to all the attendees and panelists. We hope to be in touch. Thank you.
Please invite Seerath. Please invite AIM Seerath.
Yes.
Please invite AIMTZ, IDMA, and BDMA.
Sure. I would like to invite the following as well. Mr. Jitendra Sharma from AIMTZ, Mr. Mukesh Doshi from IDMA, and Mr. Krishna Reddy from BDMA as well. Thank you.
Please introduce your organization one by one.
Yeah, good evening. Namaskar. I represent AP MedTech Zone in Visakhapatnam. AIMTZ is India's first medical technology zone. We have about 85 partners, currently making close to 100 products, right from thermometers to robotic cardiac surgery systems. This zone is exponentially growing under the extremely progressive administrative leadership of our Secretary, Department of Pharmaceuticals, Dr. P.D. Vaghela ji. I take this opportunity to actually thank Japanese companies, and in particular, the Ambassador of India in Japan, as well as Ms. Mona, because it is a Japanese company, Tamagawa, which is supplying us 10,000 motors in 50 days so that we can meet the national demand of ventilators. I take this moment to appreciate and acknowledge your support. AIMTZ and JFMDA, the Japanese Federation for Medical Devices Association, we signed an LOI in India visit to Japan in 2016. And as a result of that, we have a prestigious company like Sony actually helping us make endoscopy camera at AIMTZ in India. This is just one such example, but I want to take this opportunity to tell all of you, particularly Toshiba Hitachi Group in Japan, Nipro Group in Japan, that AIMTZ is currently seeking partnerships for making of CT scan tubes, a technology that is there with Toshiba and Hitachi, and also dialyzers, for which we already have a gamma sterilization plant, as my friends from Nipro had mentioned. For each of these projects, we have a committed investment as grant in aid of about $3 million each project. And we would be very happy if through the Invest India, we are able to look for right partners in Japan, particularly for CT scan tube and dialyzer manufacturing. But AIMTZ welcomes the Japanese counterparts and our medical devices friends from that part of the world. Thank you very much.
Other two associations also may please quickly introduce yourselves.
Can I?
Yes, please.
Yeah. It is my proud privilege to become a part of today's webinar as a president of the Indian Drug Manufacturing Association. In shortly, we say IDMA. IDMA was formed in the year 1961 and is the only association in India with a membership strength of over 1,000 wholly owned Indian small, medium, and large-scale pharmaceutical manufacturer situated throughout the length and breadth of our country. IDMA, as a premier national association, has successfully completed 58 glorious years of providing support to its member who have provided affordable quality medicine, not only to the people of India, but also to the people all over the world. My association is become the part of the delegation in the last Japan visit. Means I'm offering and requesting all the Japanese counterpart, whenever they need any such type of services through association, my association is always ready to provide them always all the information and the coordination also. My friends, konnichiwa, and in last, only in the one word I will say, what was once thought to be a bottle of lies is now world's bottom of a life. The Amrit Kalasa. Lastly, thank you very much, my friends. And once again, I say, Indo e Yokoshowa. Namaskar.
Mr. Reddy? Can we have the next association, please?
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, please speak and put on your video.
There's no accessible to video, so I'm currently unable to do via video. I'm just representing myself from Vocard. So Vocard is a global healthcare enterprises within Indian. It's an Indian MNC with 2/3 revenues are from outside of India. It has a strong presence of around 50 past years across 27 nationalities, and it has around 12 manufacturing facilities with 3 R&D facility centers. Our major business segments are generic, branded, generic, OTC, hospital, as well as retail. Vocard has a very strong global presence with around 8,600 employees across US, Europe, and India, and in the emerging market. Talking about the R&D field, we have antibiotics, drug discovery, biotechnology. And talking about our manufacturing capabilities, we have 12 facilities globally, which majorly deals in solid injectables, biotechnology, liquids, dry syrups, nasal syrups, and complex technology as well. Talking about the facilities, we have a research facilities in Aurangabad, UK, and US, with state-of-art biotech research facilities across. With talking about the intellectual property, we have around more than 3,000 patents filed, and around approximate 700 patents are being granted to us. We mainly deal with medicinal chemistry, process scaling, analysis, formulation, and NDDS, microbiology, pharmacology, toxicology, and in biotechnology, we deal with gene cloning, bioinformatics, protein modeling, and all major expression systems. We are number 2 generic company in retail and hospital segment in the UK. We cater to retail generic, hospital generic, and private labels in UK. We are amongst the top 5 generic companies and largest generic company in the hospital segment in the Ireland. We have very good presence in Latin America, CIS, Africa, Asia, and MENA in the emerging market. So we are already, we have few select novel antibiotics in our portfolio in the coming year. So talking about Vocard, we would really appreciate the personalities from Japan to come and have a kind of joint venture with us. Thank you.
If any other company wants to represent or introduce themselves, please go ahead.
I welcome all of you on this webinar, and thanks for organizing this webinar. And I see a lot of our friends are from Japanese companies also present on this webinar. I represent Sun Pharma. Sun Pharma, as most of the people are aware, we have a huge presence in Japan, and the Japan market is very close to the Sun. And looking, I think right now the best perspective right now for all of us is that Government of India has gone ahead with the scheme which is making the Bharat as Atmanirbhar, means making a self-resilient supply chain. In that context, I see a lot of positive pharmaceutical companies, especially connecting with the Japanese basic chemical manufacturers. They are all part and parcel of the pharmaceutical manufacturing. and also with the Japanese research institutions, wherein we together can make a scenario where we backward integrate these kind of technologies and these kind of chemicals in India, and we supply make a fully resilient supply chain supporting the Japanese companies better. And the most of the Japanese companies always work with a model where they go with the supply chain of 6 months or 7 months in stock. And I do believe that with the India association, you will be able to lean your supply chain and you can depend on us. We will be able to provide you a better support, which would be few weeks, not several months. So I think I look this opportunity to connect with all of you and then make us something meaningful which can help both the countries and the companies as well. Thank you very much.
Next, please.
Yeah, hi, this is Natasha from Tokyo. Hello. I am working in a Japanese company who imports API from India, and it prefers to import from makers who are independent of Chinese raw material. So we have been importing for major pharma actually in Japan. So whoever are interested in providing their API in Japanese market, please contact me. I have shared my number in the chat also. We would be more than happy to contact and do the joint venture business in India. Thank you.
Next, please.
If anybody has any question about Japan or Japanese pharmaceutical companies, I think this is the chance you can ask. There are many Japanese people also on the panel now.
Any other Indian company or Japanese company that would like to introduce themselves? Please go ahead.
Hi, this is Harshit Jain from Panacea Biotech. Panacea Biotech is one of the largest pharmaceutical and vaccines company in India. We have supplied over 10 billion doses of polio vaccine and have multiple products under patent, including EZ6, which is a vaccine that is under patent until 2029. We are now looking at Japan as a strategic partner to help increase affordable access to diagnostics, medical devices, and surgical items in India, and also to market our pharmaceutical and vaccine portfolio in Japan and other countries. And I'm happy to get in touch. I've already shared my email in the chat, and looking forward to staying in touch. Thank you.
Next, please. I think this will be the end of our online networking session. Thank you very much for all the delegates and participants for lively interaction. And we wish you all the success. We hope this webinar will be of a lot of use to you. And if you please connect with each other for your further B2B engagement. And if any support is required from Embassy of India, we will be very happy to extend all the requested support. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Excuse me. Good evening, everybody. This is from Embassy of India, Tokyo. So we have just shared the Google Drive links to our presentations, Japanese versions and English version of the presentations. So if anybody doesn't have the presentation links, you can find it in the chat box. Thank you. Thank you for your participation.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's over now, no?
Sir, over.
Over. Namaskar, sir.
Namaskar.